Corey Westwood, what's going on? Oh, it has been a while, lads. Truly, truly has. Is my chat thing not up? I'm so sad. No, I mean it's up. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Um, yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. Sorry, lads. Sorry. Anyway, it has been a while since we've done a stream like this before. Ahoy, Charles Burroughs, Sir Ignacio III de la Plata. Hello, my lord. It has been some time, lads. It has been some time. I'm trying to get something set up, and it's not working out for me. Actually, I'm a little sad about it. But alas, it is all right. Things happen for a reason, lads. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's go, Dr. Block. What's going on? Pleasure to be here, Jack Attack. Hello, my friends. Greetings, Knights of YouTube, Knights of the Internet. I am your Lord Commander, and today we have, I don't know, something a little different planned. So, in my most recent, poll and everything on the community, community tab. Actually, where can I find it? There we go. Our most recent poll. Oh, well, this isn't it. There you go. It's not just going to show me the poll. There you go. Jesus. 62% of almost 700 voters said, no, we don't want you to play any new games. You're not allowed. It's not at all something that we want to see. And I was like, well, damn, that's cool. I guess I won't ever play new video games ever again. All these new video games are going to come out, and I'm going to miss out on all of them because all of you guys said so. But then I came up with an idea. What if I started doing multi-streaming, which is not actually working out in my favor. I'm trying to get this set up, and for whatever reason, it's just telling me no, basically. It's like, eat my ass, buddy. You're trash. I mean, it says connecting. I'm trying to get it up and running, but it's not working out in my favor right now. Because I do have a Twitch set up. This is like an older one, like from fucking eons ago, if I'm being honest. But for whatever reason, I cannot, for the life of me, get it to work. Get my, Alright, well, I didn't need all that. Yeah, I can't get it, I can't get it working for me, and I'm kind of sad about it.
The second one is located. Wait, where's the second one?
Connections? Cool. Very cool. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure how this works, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I was really trying to get it to multi-stream, but the internet said no. They said, kiss my butt, buddy. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how this is gonna work, but that's what I was trying to get set up today. Trying to start multi-streaming. That way, we can just, you know, expand our reach a little bit. If I'm being honest, I felt like that would be something that'd be pretty cool. However, obviously, it's not working out in our favor. So I guess we'll just kind of continue on with what we're currently doing, or what the original plan was for today. I don't know why my chat widget is not working either. It's just one of those days where everything's just gonna fall apart on us, lads. Quite sad. Quite sad. But anyway, I have missed you guys. It's been a ton of fun making content for y'all, but man, I love the one-on-one time with live streams. So it's my my first day off in a while, so I have a little bit of content that I got to record for you guys, and then I think that's about it. I worked out already today. I'm dressed to the nines, to the tens, even, if you will. It's definitely one of those like stay at home, take care of yourself, and just chill out and play video games kind of days. Like I'm in my nice outfit. Obviously y'all can't tell, but the fit check. It's actually it's not that crazy, if I'm being honest. I have like this really nice like polo shirt that my sister-in-law gave me for Christmas, and it's I don't know, it's pretty good, man. Dressed to the nines, to the tens even. But yeah. There was more I was gonna say, if I'm being honest, but I kind of forgot. Shout out to Gamer Sups for helping me break my caffeine addiction. I haven't had an energy drink in like a week and a half, which is really cool because I've been drinking Gamer Sups. This is actually my wife's cup. I actually got her into it too, so I have the red and the purple one, and she has the green and yellow one. I'm using hers currently because I got a little too risky last night, and I decided to make like a mixed drink. So I have like 2 shots of vodka, some Sprite, and like some lemonade in my Gamer Sups cup. But then I didn't drink it all. I actually fell asleep because I closed last night. So that was fun. And I didn't want to toss it out because that's alcohol, you know. That's money literally going down the drain. So I am using the Queen's Gamer Subs cup. But goddamn, this shit is good, brother. Anyway, so 2024 in review, just because we haven't really been able to touch up on it, and we're already 15 days past the new year. But just look at this number, you guys. Like, this is absolutely insane. The goal for New Year's was 10,000. Y'all blew way, way past that with 11,782 currently. That's 592, almost 600 new subs in the last month. That's fucking insane. That is absolutely insane. In the last month, 134.7 thousand views. My typical range is between 57k and 83k, and we're at 134.7. Current watch time in hours, we have 24.3 thousand hours of viewership on our channel. That's how many hours y'all have watched my content in the last month. That is insane. Estimated revenue in the last month, $460. Definitely not bad. Definitely not bad. My top videos are obviously our house, our Crusader Kings content. So we've got the Stark Legacy episode 5 and episode 1, which are doing really, really well, and then the Black Rose episode 1 as well, or Blackthorn episode 1. That one was a fun one. I'm not gonna lie. I did really enjoy that one, and I apologize it didn't last as long as many of us would have hoped, but I was just kind of ready to move on into the new year, new content type of thing. But yeah, that was just beautiful. A great year, I think. Can I switch my view to just 2024? Yeah, here we go. 2024. So, in 2024, what kind of content do we do? Is that what this is showing me, or is this views? I don't know what it's showing me. It just says content. Views by content. Okay. Yeah, so obviously this big green spike up here was when we had like damn near 10,000 views in one day from the Rise of the Storm Dragon. Outside of that, our second most successful, I think, is the Ash to Amber playthrough that got ruined by the game update that fucked up the DNA and made all our characters look ugly. So that was like 3,485 views, and then third place goes to the Prophecy, actually, the Aurorian Knights, 2363. Not bad. Bastard Lion was also a really, really fun one. What I find interesting about this, if you notice, down here, so this yellow bar right here is the bottom, you know, like that's obviously 0. If we hover over it, it's nothing but zeros, right? But now if you look across, we typically start with a really big spike because everybody's like, oh, a new playthrough, let's go and watch it. And then people start to trail off over time, like it happens, you know? Me personally, like when I'm watching a new, I don't know, series on like Netflix or whatever, or streaming series, obviously like I'll get really interested in it and then I start binge watching it and then I'm like, okay, and then I start to trail off, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's a typical trend for a lot of people nowadays, and I blame it in part to like short form video content, so like TikToks, YouTube shorts, stuff like that. If you can't wrap it up and package it in a nice little like 30-second or less, you know, quick little edible bite of content, then nowadays not a lot of people are going to watch it. And I'm out here putting out an hour and a half long videos. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad. I just recognize where my faults are coming from, and I recognize the effect it's having on my analytics. However, the interesting part I wanted to show you guys was we had this big spike for the Bastard Lion Legacy Challenge. But then rather than flattening out, look at how much it still grew over time. This blue bar up here, notice how much elevation we still have in viewership over time. So I like stuff like that, you know. And then obviously the Aurorian Knights one is also still going really, really strong currently. And then the Storm Dragon is starting to fall off now after this absolute massive spike of content. Yeah. This was our Bastard Dragon playthrough. That's crazy. Damn, I didn't realize. Cool. So I did the Bastard Dragon, the Bastard Lion, both in the same year. And then I did From Ash to Amber, which again, unfortunately fell short just because of the fucking game updates that broke the save file. It wouldn't have been that big of a deal, except it alters the DNA of a lot of like really prominent houses. So like House Targaryen became invisible, and I'm like, well, I don't want to do a playthrough where the main house, you know, the king house, you know, that everybody wants to like marry into or whatever, like the highest of nobility of the kingdom that we're in, is all fucking invisible. They're just like floating eyeballs, hair, and teeth, you know? Like, it sucks. It ruins the immersion for me. And then, yeah, it was really sad. And then obviously we did our Storm Dragon, because that was when the update came out for the dragons in CK3, which was a ton of fun. Yeah. And then we went back to Bannerlord. We didn't do a whole lot of Bannerlord content over here, did we? I guess it's just showing us like our top 5. Yeah, top 5. That's all it's showing us. Because we had the Silver Wings, which was also really successful. Yeah, the Black Rose. Our 7 Crusaders. God, I want to go back to that one. I think that's one of my best thumbnails that I made too. Like that one was definitely a lot of fun to make. The Crusader Knight on it is obviously like somebody else's art, so shout out to the artist. But I'm pretty sure it was like AI art that I found on Pinterest. So as much as I hate stealing other people's art, I'll never feel bad for stealing somebody's AI art, because you didn't fucking make it. Like, eat my ass. All right. And I will die on that hill. We tried this one, the Blood and Smoke, but like, Bannerlord is fun, but it really is repetitive. It really is the exact same thing over and over again. House Justman, by far one of my favorite playthroughs. I'm so sad that the update broke the game, and I couldn't get back to it. Like, I am so heartbroken, because we were so close to finally uniting the whole of the Trident, literally from the neck to the Blackwater Rush. Like, we could have had it all, you know, and become the king of the Trident and beat back the Lannisters and beat back whoever else was coming at us at the time. But you know, it is what it is. This one was an interesting concept, but I don't know. I just kind of fell off from it. I don't think there was anything really wrong with this playthrough. I wasn't feeling it, and then I decided to make the switch to base game, you know. The Kingdom of the Apes. I forgot we did that one too. That one was surprisingly successful. We got almost 10,000 views off of that first episode, which was really fun. But anyway, House Bull Tower. So we tried some more Bastard Rebellions, just kind of playing around with it. This one was really fun too. I did enjoy this character. I do like House Hightower, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely not bad. Yeah. The Iron Price. That one was a fun one. I'm not gonna lie, I do miss Realm of Thrones. Like, these thumbnails go kind of hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Who told me to go so hard on these thumbnails? Yeah, and then I swear to God, I will die on this hill. But the reveal trailer for the Rise of the River King was by far my best cinematic work ever. Like, it's not great quality. It's not perfect. It's not like, gonna be in a cinema near you type shit. But damn, like, as far as quality goes, like, the song that was picked out for it, the scenery, and the cinematic storytelling with such a short, like, 2.5 minute video was just chef's kiss, man. And since then, I've been trying really hard to, like, imitate that feeling again. And it's pretty tough, but it's not horrible, you know? Oh, Mr. G, how dare you live stream without my permission? I don't know, bro. Shut up. I miss you, buddy. I can't remember the last time I played base game. Yeah, I can't even say that this is base game Bannerlord either, our current playthrough, because it is an overhaul mod that changes all of the kingdoms, adds a bunch of new stuff, and it's, I'm not gonna lie, it's still really, really fun. I'm really enjoying it, especially now that we've added in that mod that makes death for your companions and other characters and lords just more likely. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched today's episode, we get into a battle with like this massive army and 4 lords die, 4 characters die in that one battle, and I'm like, fuck, brother, like that shit was insane. But anyway, lads, yeah, year in review, in total, we got just shy of 1 million views for the whole year. I think that's going to be the goal for this year. Obviously, I would like us to get up to 20k subs. I feel like that'd be really fucking awesome. And I believe we can do it too. The rate of growth has been increasing a lot. But for views, man, I would absolutely love to get 1 million views, I think, this year. That would be really, really cool. I think one of Soul Tomato's videos actually just hit 1 million views. Either 1 million views or is 100,000 views. I don't remember which milestone he surpassed, but man, Soul Tomato, what a fucking mad lad, dude. That guy. Shout out to Soul Tomato for just being an absolute fucking legend, man. Really paving the way for a lot of us smaller, like, Crusader Kings or Game of Thrones content creators and shit like that. He's really like, his niche thing is more Crusader Kings specific. So he does a lot of like other mods and other overhaul mods. So he had a really big hand to play in the release of Godherja, where we did like the Black Bastard, who was the like exiled prince of Chevalier, or Chevalier. It was really cool though. It was really, really, really fun. But yeah, shout out to Soul Tomato, man. Fucking love that guy. Soul Tomato, JBD Gaming, White Cross Gaming is an absolute legend. Who's the other one I'm thinking of? Soul Games Inc. Fucking love that guy. God. Never got a chance to like really talk with him or chat with him or anything like that as like content creators, but like watching his content is so like inspiring. He's got such a cool creative take on a lot of interesting things. And fuck, man, I fucking love that guy. But anyway, enough glazing my content creator friends. But obviously, my number one spot in my heart goes out to Grayzo. I think Grayzo is just an absolute fucking mad lad. Fucking love that guy, man. That Irish bastard. Fucking love that dude. It's been too long since we've had a multiplayer playthrough, but I'm thinking I'm gonna blame it in part to my day job just being so chaotic and like demanding as well with hours, which is fine. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I will say I'm making good money, and all the complaints that I've had that I've been dishing out to you guys lately have I don't know, I feel like there's more of a purpose behind it now. I feel like I'm finding more of a reason to just get over it and, you know, just do my job and try and get good at my job. So, you know, I'm working through it, lads. We love growth, you know. It's going to turn 26 this year, which is crazy. But anyway, So watch time hours, 191,000 hours, fucking insane. For the whole year, we gained 8,973 new subscribers in 2024. That is pretty impressive, guys. That is pretty impressive. Estimated revenue is $4,700. That's not bad. 12 million people, 12 million impressions. How many times your video thumbnails were shown to viewers includes only impressions on YouTube and not on external sites or apps. So my thumbnails for my videos have come across viewers 12 million times. That's fucking insane, guys. Like, that's so crazy. The reach is out there. My impressions click-through rate is dog shit. So what that means is the amount or the percentage of people who see my impressions and actually click on a video is less than 5%. That's actually really bad. That's really bad. I wonder if I can I want to see which one has like the highest. All right, so okay, so that's pretty interesting. So one of our newest videos, episode 2, Legacy of the Bastard Wolf, got 50% impressions click-through rate. Only 2 impressions? I don't think that's accurate. Yeah, only 1 view. That's not accurate. I don't think that's accurate. Anyway, other than that, 29% for the Queen's Counteroffensive, episode 53 of our original Mountain Blade Bannerlord. This is the original series that kicked us off on YouTube, that pushed us over 1,000 subs. God damn. This was in March 13th of 2023. Fucking 2 years ago. I made 31 cents off that video. That's pretty kick-ass. Yeah, that's pretty kick-ass. $42 off of House Justman. God, I want to do another Justman playthrough, dude. I fucking love House Justman. $51 from the Blood of Winter. $66 from Strike the Earth. That's pretty cool. Not $99 from the Bastard Dragon, Targaryen Legacy Episode 1. Yeah, that's crazy. $305 from Rise of the Storm Dragon Episode 1. $119, yeah. $172 from on Silver Wings from the Silver Wing Order. That one was a fun one. I'm really sad about that one too. But it turned all the characters orange, and I was like, brother, why? Brother, why? Anyway, lads, that's just pretty interesting. I like going over the analytics, if I'm being honest. It just kind of helps me get like a clear picture of what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, and where we can fix it in the year going forward. So, that's also why I wanted to branch out and try new content. You know, like imagine how much more viewership we can get if we tried out different styles of content and like branched out into different video games and shit like that. But that's also why I wanted to try and cross stream, but obviously that's not working out for me. So if y'all want to, in the description of this live stream, actually there is the new links to the new channels. So in addition to a Twitch channel, we also have a new YouTube channel called Lord Commander Live. Now this one is going to be mostly like a VOD channel, so if I were to do live streams like this and make YouTube content while being live on Twitch, that way you guys can also be a part of like the recording process and stuff like that. So the cut and edited process of these live streams would end up here in like VODs, you know what I'm saying? Which would be pretty interesting. But yeah, I mean that's about it. Other than that, lads, really not much else going on, if I'm being honest. We do have some new channel art as well going into 2025. So I updated our live stream thumbnail. So this includes the new Lord Commander Live logo up here in the corner, as well as a new font, and of course the return of the Night Hospitaller thumbnail. I think this is one of my favorite pieces of channel art that I've made in my entire YouTube career. Yeah, it looks really good. I really enjoyed making this one. So and then obviously just a close-up of the new thumbnail as well. I took one of the shield frames from For Honor and I put it in the background. I thought it was cool. I thought it would make it stand out a little bit differently than our original. So yeah, that's all. But anyway, viewer age, viewer gender, mostly male. Yeah, literally 94% male, 5.8% female. Let me get an F in chat for all the females. Not F because like they failed, but F because feminism. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, ladies, welcome to the channel. Thank you. I appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. And gentlemen, of course, behave yourselves. You know, we out here being knights. You act a certain way. All right. Yeah, 6.4% female watch time in hours. Not bad. Damn, the ladies watch more of my videos than you do, gentlemen, and there's 94% of y'all. Come on, guys. 19.5% from the men, and then 20.9% from the ladies. They watch more of my videos than y'all do. That's crazy. Average view duration is 13 and a half minutes, or just shy of 14 minutes. Whereas gentlemen, y'all's are just shy of 12 and a half minutes. Yeah. L. That's crazy. Anyway, lads, that's pretty interesting. Revenue sources, I think mostly just like ads. Yeah, watch page ads. Yeah, YouTube Premium, I made $685 off of that. That's not bad. $167 from memberships. So thank you, channel members. Spam the chat with all the you know, the channel or the YouTube member like emojis that I put in the thing for you guys. $44 from Super Thanks, $57 from Super Chats. Not bad. Not bad. That's pretty cool. Subscription status. Currently we have Jesus. 15.6 thousand views from non-subscribes. From non-subscribers. That's pretty interesting. Read all the live chat, you numbnut. Shut the fuck up, bro. Alright, give me a second. I'm over here like chatting. God damn. I like the sound of my own voice, apparently. I like to talk all that shit. What else do we have? Playlists. I know the Bastard Lion playlist is one of my most successful. Yeah, there we go. With 29,000 views. Just from the playlist. The entire playlist has 147,000. Damn. 11.7 thousand watch time hours from that one playlist alone. Yeah, that's insane. That's pretty cool. Cool. Anyway, that was fun. Thanks for going over that with me, guys. That was pretty fun. It was cool to see all that. Anyway, give me a second so I can read chat, you rat bastard. We have to make a unique faction with realistic battle mod and the My Little Warband. I agree, 100%. Yeah, I missed you too. Psych, you bastard. Fuck you. 4 characters, yes. 4 characters did in fact die. Not just like, I'm not going to spoil it, but like not companions. You know, maybe not companions, but like, yes, 4 characters died in one battle. It was intense. The death mod is extremely fun, but it has the possibility to turn very unfun when it's your guy on the chopping block. Like, everyone collectively is praying, death for thee, not for me. I agree. Every time Sir Alistair goes down in battle, I'm just like, this could be it. You know, that javelin that sent his ass, like, ragdolling in that one episode a couple of weeks ago. That shit was insane. That shit was crazy. Please don't tell me that my second character didn't die. I didn't watch the full episode. No spoilers. Just go watch it. Stray King, yes. Okay, thank you, Jack. But Stray King is also an absolute fucking legend. Like, God, I fucking love that guy. There's so many great content creators out there, especially, like, smaller time, you know? I'm pretty sure JBD just recently surpassed 100K, or somebody out of the Crusader crew just reached 100K in subs. Stray King is definitely really high up there. Soul Tomato's been getting up there really, really fast. That man put out a video today, and when I saw it, it was at 2 hours since upload, and he had already gotten like 2,000 views on it. I'm like, that right there is the fucking goal, man. Like, that's pretty kick-ass. He's amazing in terms of roleplay and stuff. I agree. I started watching Game of Thrones. I arrived to season 6, episode 4. Congratulations, buddy. I'm so happy for you. How do you like it so far? I hope you're at least enjoying it. Have you heard of the Drunken Commander? Everyone you named, I am mostly subscribed to. I actually have. I think I watched a couple of his videos recently, but we can definitely search him up. Drunken Commander. Whoops. Yeah, the Drunken Commander. Oh, am I not subscribed? That's crazy. So I started watching this one, but I haven't watched it all the way through. But I do like his content style for the most part, and especially considering he's a relatively new content creator to Crusader Kings. He's on his way to getting 2K subs, so that's pretty cool. If y'all want to go blast his channel with some love and say, you know, greetings from the Lord Commander. Here to have fun and play strategy games. Yeah, good for you, bud. That's awesome. But yeah, House Magnerson. A dragon north of the wall, it looks like. Look at him with a cinematic intro and shit. Good for you, bud. First year as king, Rise of House Belarus with the twin dragons. That's actually really, really cool. House Targaryen. Yeah, House Belarus. Looks like it's one of his longest running series right now. Yeah, Asher Belarus. Season 2. Look at him. He's splitting his shit up into seasons too. That's fucking awesome. Good for you, buddy. Yeah, I don't know what Europa EU4. Oh, okay, so I've heard of it, but I've definitely never like played it or seen anything from it. But yeah, I like the Drunken Commander too. There's actually a lot of like small time YouTubers that have been popping out recently. Smitty's face reveal. I didn't realize he did a face reveal 7 years ago. That's crazy. I don't know if y'all could tell, but I've been watching a lot of State of Decay too. I like cartoons a lot. He's definitely another like big name YouTuber that I'm into. But I love his channel art, man. I know he's got like a designated artist, but his channel art and his thumbnail art is just so fucking brilliant. Like it really pops. You can see his avatar in every single one of them, and it's designed to look a certain way to match like the theme. So like obviously this is him in Rainbow Six gear. This is him in fucking different like medieval gears for TABS. Mortal Kombat, like look at him. He's got like the little red face with Scorpion's mask. Like that's so kick ass, dude. And then that's obviously Delirious, H2O Delirious with Frieza. Jesus fucking Christ. You get it. You understand. Dead by Daylight. Like look at these fucking thumbnails. He played For Honor even. I watched a lot of his For Honor content, which was really cool. But yeah, I think I first saw him started watching cartoons when I saw his Helldivers videos when Helldivers first came out. So I heard like the hype of it, but I had never played it myself. So I started looking it up, and then one of the first videos was cartoons, and I was like, the thumbnail just kind of blew me away. I was like, holy shit, like this is really fucking cool. Then I watched it, and then he was super cool and funny and interesting, and I was like, fuck, like I have another YouTuber to obsess over. I love that for myself. But yeah, cartoons is really cool. And then again, I've actually started watching him play State of Decay 2. I have to show y'all this real quick, but hold on, I can't like supersize it, but I guess you can barely see it, but like the thumbnail changes for every episode. So like at first it's just him kind of running solo, and then he starts to add in like more characters in the background, and then it's this massive like fortress in the background with towers and spotlights and shit like that. Actually, can I there we go, zoom this shit in for y'all. Yeah, there you go. So you can see that a little bit better, but like he starts adding in new characters in the background, and then it's like a whole crowd, and then the palisades and the fences and the gates, and then he goes on to season 2, and then it's him shooting a zombie. He's in like tact gear, and then there's more zombies that start popping up, and then more of them until he's like surrounded by an entire horde, and then it goes on again into season 3. It's just him whacking the fuck out of a zombie, and then more zombies show up, and then here comes backup. Then you've got this guy here with a fucking AK, and then another guy shows up with a machine gun, and then you've got this guy over here with a chainsaw as more come in, and then you've got guys in the foreground, in the background, there's explosions and smoke. Like, I absolutely love it. This is the level of attention to detail that I want to provide for my channel. Unfortunately for me, that's something that takes a lot of time. And time is definitely not something that I have nowadays, unfortunately. I am definitely struggling with this, 50 hours a week, 50 to 60 hours a week, and only 2 days off type of deal. Again, trying really hard not to complain because it could be worse. However, considering this is what I enjoy doing and how time consuming this can be, having a lack of time or being pressed for time is definitely a struggle. So that's for sure. Anyway, sorry, I definitely got sidetracked. But yes, Valkyrie. How would you pronounce your name? Is it emphasis on the rival or the Valkyrie? Because trying to say rivalry makes me want to gag. I do apologize. I watched it 5 times, lol. The ratio of people who see and click on my videos is less than 5%. Yeah, because you're making the video. Shut the fuck up, dude. Less talking, more rating. Sorry. Silverwing got cut down too soon. I agree. I'm actually really sad about that. We'll wait for Bannerlord with a Dornish bastard with his own troops. In my mind, if you play as Dornish and custom troops, you need Spanish Turkios. I can make that happen. I lost my spot. Sorry. Let's go, females. We got 1 W. Let's go. Read all the chat. Read all the live chat, you numbnut. Okay, so now I've caught up. Dr. Block with the emote spam. I love that. That javelin that sent Sir Alistair for ragdolling. My bro went to space. Yeah, for real. Aurorian space program. Jesus. I hope you like it so far. Well, so far, Ramsay Bolton, Walder Frey, and the High Septon are on my hit list. But yeah, it's great. And you know what's crazy? I actually really, really liked Roose Bolton. You know, Roose Bolton as a bad guy, as a villain. He's definitely like lawful evil, I feel like. Well, I don't want to say lawful evil. Because you've got... I feel like Stannis would be pretty lawful neutral. You know what I'm saying? Like, he goes for his own gains, but he's also really just. You know, so he's right there in the middle. I imagine him being the centerpiece of the scales of justice. You know, what's good, what's evil. He's right there in the middle. So I put him at neutral. However, he does have this overt, zealous obsession with the law. You know what I'm saying? His closest advisor, the man he literally names Hand of the King, was a smuggler who smuggled in food while he was stuck in Storm's End under siege, and he was literally starving. Like, his wife was not fixed to live to see breakfast in the morning, you know what I'm saying? And homie came in, busted through with fucking onions and God knows what else, and he's like, I got you, my guy. And King Stannis was like, thanks for saving our lives, but you're a smuggler in my lands, and now that you're here, I'm gonna cut your fucking fingers off. And he does. And not just any fingers, the 4 main fingers on his main hand, on his right hand, leaving him a left-handed man, bro. Like, you know how crazy that is? And then he later on takes him in to his court, makes him his most trusted advisor and friend, and then names him Hand of the King. Brother, like, come the fuck on. If that doesn't scream lawful neutral, I don't know what does. Because I don't believe that Stannis is a bad guy, especially not in the show. In the show, he does some very questionable bad guy things. But I also feel like he's led astray by the people around him. However, in the books, that man earns the fucking name Stannis the Manus. If you have not read of book Stannis, please, like, you don't have to read the full book series, because I know that's time consuming and that's a task to tackle, but I do believe that if you read the books, or at least read into how Stannis was portrayed in the original writing, it would be something completely different. Oh, my man, Grazo with the 20. Oh, buddy, I've missed you so much, man. Ah, that's crazy. We were just talking about you. Hello, my friend. Oh my goodness. Congratulations on your channel's growth, Lord. It's one of my favorites. Keep up the good work, brother. Oh, my man. I love you, buddy. Oh, what an absolute Chad. I'm going to add you in as a moderator, actually. I don't know why I haven't already. It's not like a definite thing. Like, you don't have to do anything, but I feel like you understand what it's like to be a content creator. So if you see some like questionable shit going on in chat, cut that shit out, you know what I'm saying? But man, my fucking dude Grazo, God, I love you, buddy. That's awesome. I appreciate you stopping in, man. Where did my I'm missing a pop-up here, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. Um but man, that yeah, so sorry, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, Stannis the Manus, dude, definitely earned his name for sure. Where was I going with that? Why did I start talking about Stannis? Because Mr. G, yeah, I was watching Game of Thrones. Yeah, but I liked Roose Bolton because he's very like neutral evil, you know? Like you have lawful neutral, which is Stannis, but Roose Bolton betrayed his friends, betrayed his allies, betrayed his king, murdered a bunch of people of his own countrymen for personal gain. That's very neutral evil, I think. I don't think neutral and evil are on the same. No, because lawful and then chaotic, right? So I'm thinking something else. Can I say he's lawful evil? Because he still kind of has like this respect for law. Obviously, he broke like one of the, you know, deepest traditions of the Northerners and shit like that for personal gain. However, he did so because the laws of the land. Legally, when you think about it legally, Robb Stark and the Northerners were in open rebellion. He declared himself king in the North. Open rebellion. He rebelled against, what was it, like damn near 300 years worth of the current, you know, current state of the government, which was all 7 kingdoms bend the knee to the crown. Regardless of right, regardless of, you know, whether they've earned it or not. You've had rulers like Maegor the Cruel. You had rulers like fucking Robert the Drunk and Joffrey the Moron. And then even Aegon the Conqueror, the first king of the 7 kingdoms, only became king because he had dragons, because he conquered everybody else. He literally proved might makes right. So by all the laws of the land, the Northerners were in open rebellion against the crown, which is illegal. So I would consider Roose Bolton to be lawful evil. You know what I'm saying? He, you know, broke his oath to the king in the north, but he stayed true to the king of the realm, you know? So, I don't know. I'm going to just kind of shrug it off there. But anyway, there's also, I think, Crusader Europa. Yeah, Crusader Europa is really, really good. I feel like his videos don't get the views that they deserve. Every time I see him with like a new video out, it'll be like, posted 2 days ago, has 700 views. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Again, like, viewership doesn't really equal success, but in my personal mind, when I put out a new video, I always measure that video's success by the rate of viewership. So my goal when I put out a new video is to get 100 views per hour. So within 2 hours, I expect to have 200 views. You know what I'm saying? By 10 hours, hopefully 1,000 views. That's awesome. 24 hours, 2,400 views. That'd be epic. That is ideal for me. Would we like more? Of course. But that's like the ideal point. Now, if it's anything less than that, I'm like, okay, maybe this video or this series is not performing as well anymore. Maybe people are falling off, or, you know, whatever the case may be, blah, blah, blah. Now we have to think about what we're going to do going forward in order to make those changes, you know? But, yeah, I feel like Crusader Europa is just wildly underrated. Wildly underrated. And underappreciated in the community. You know, this man also mods Crusader Kings a lot. I think I don't know if he's part of the modding team or if he is the sole modder of Castles of Westeros, the sub-mod for CK3 AGOT. But yeah, man, I love that guy too. I don't interact with him enough, I think, but I think he's a pretty great content creator as well. Yeah, I like cartoons art too, but your cartoon was better, Lamangelo. Thanks, man. God, that was a good time. It was a fun time. First time here, just saying that your channel rekindled my passion for Game of Thrones. Yay, Lucas! I appreciate that. Rye Valkyrie. Okay, I like that. Rye Valkyrie. Yay, I like that. I really love your name, Rye. I think that's actually really, really cool. But again, I appreciate you being a subscriber for so long. Not gonna lie, Roose Bolton was decent, way better than Ramsay at least. The first time you watched the Blackwater Bay battle, were you with Stannis or with the Lannisters? So here's the thing. What I really, really love, and I'm about to go on another tangent, because apparently I love hearing myself talk. But what I really, really love about Game of Thrones is that it adds so much gray area into everything. When you watch other fantasy titles like Lord of the Rings, it's very clear cut, like the balance of good and evil. Star Wars good versus evil, and a tangent inside the tangent, but that's also where I feel like the downfall of modern day Hollywood productions are going, is because they try to make everything too gray, too morally acceptable, way too widely like relatable on every scale. And it's like, oh yeah, the clone troopers weren't all bad, it's like they were forced to do it, and it makes you empathize with the bad guys. And then you have Rings of Power where it's like, no father, I don't want to go to war, we're safe here in Volcano Mountain Mordor, and I want to be here with my orc wife and orc baby, and I don't want to go to war. And it's like, no, all right, not everything needs to be this fucking sloshy gray area mess of bullshit. Like, can we please go back to, like, there are clear-cut good guys and there are clear-cut bad guys. Now, anyway, tangent aside, back to the original tangent. Yes, I love Game of Thrones for the gray areas. I was very much on the side of Tyrion Lannister. At that point in the show, Tyrion was my favorite fucking character. His dialogue was peak. His personality was peak. The company he kept was peak. Like, him escaping from the Vale of Arryn with a sellsword, literally defeating one of the knights of the Vale, one of supposedly the strongest knights in Westeros, and beating him in single combat and winning his freedom in a trial by combat is just fucking beautiful. I thought it was amazing. And it very much adds to the personality that we see of Tyrion. And then you get that empathetic side of Tyrion where he's like, I'm not a murderer. Why would I arm an assassin to kill your child, your crippled boy, with my own blade? And then also go back to that castle, hearing that he's awake, and then help him learn to ride again with a saddle and a horse that's tailored to him rather than the other way around. And then obviously all of his dialogue with Jon Snow just absolutely solidified that for me as well, because I, obviously being a first time watcher, I jumped on the bandwagon and I was a Jon Snow stan from day fucking one. And then seeing how well the interactions were written between Jon Snow and Tyrion Lannister just were amazing. Like, it truly was amazing. So at that point in the show, I very much was a Tyrion fan, so I was kind of hoping Tyrion would at least live, even if he lost the battle. However, I was kind of on Stannis' side. I would have loved to see a big open Baratheon civil war between Stannis and Renly. But that's also why I watch content creators like Pixelated Apollo and Jackie Fish when they do Seven Kingdoms Total War, because they do scenarios like that, which is pretty interesting. Stannis actually won that battle, even though I'm also a Renly stan. I know Renly was frowned upon in the show because homosexuality, and I didn't give a shit. I thought Renly was cool as fuck. I kind of enjoyed him. I genuinely thought he would have been a good king, Him hanging out with the Tyrells for so long gave him that courtly manner. He knows how to handle people at court. He knows how to be diplomatic. He knows how to be strategic. He knows how to talk really fancy-like in order to get things that he wants. And he also knows how to appease his people, which is why he was A, named Lord of Storm's End, and also B, which is why he had the support of all the Storm Lords over Stannis, because Renly was the lord that they knew. You know what I'm saying? He was the one in court. He was the one they dealt with all the time when they had matters that needed to be attended to. The Conningtons, the Dondarrions, the Coles, the Grandisons, and so on and so forth. Like, they all knew Renly, and they all fought for Renly. They all wanted Renly, at least for the most part. That's my understanding. And so, in my opinion, Renly was the king that I would have chosen to. So at that point, that puts Stannis at, like, level 3 for me during the Battle of Blackwater Bay. So I was definitely for Tyrion there. Sorry, that was a long tangent. Jesus Christ. Whoops. I lost my place again in chat. Y'all are just, I love that y'all keep yapping it up with me. I love you guys. 4 fingers for the price to be hand to the king. Fair trade. No, 100%. What do you mean, moderator? I'm the only mod here. The Lord Commander lives. Stomp stomp. Austrian dude, I love you, my man. Welcome back. How far does one watch Game of Thrones until they hit the season most dislike? I'm still on season 1. So, the general consensus from the public is that season 6 is where it really starts to fall off, and you'll notice it immediately in the quality of the dialogue. Like, enjoy season 1. I love rewatching season 1 because I'm a huge fan. The part that really grips me in Game of Thrones is the politics. I love the concept of like the feudalistic kingdoms. I love the concept of the individual houses and families. I love the politics that it takes to run a court as a house, a minor house, a noble house, a vassal house, a knight house, whatever. The politics and the government really interests me. And then you mix in like the flavors of the different cultures. So you've got the Westerlanders and the Northerners and the Riverlanders, and all that flavored culture kind of mixes in, and it just makes it so intricate and rich history and storytelling and like world building that you genuinely get lost in it. And it's all absolutely brought to life and accentuated in the show, and very well showcased in its dialogue and its rich, like intricately written dialogue that really just leaves no room for error, no room for interpretation. Like, this is exactly what they're handing you, and it's this fucking steamed plate with like the big like metal thing on it of like the most beautiful steak and potatoes fucking meal that you've ever had in your life. You'll never eat anything ever again until you die type of shit. You get to season 6 and it's like wet mashed potatoes and one singular hot dog. Like, the quality difference makes me want to gag. It's so bad. But yes, season 6 is where it starts to fall off. And the only reason it's like that is because the books have not been written up until that point. But the showrunners were on a time crunch and a budget crunch. And so they said, okay, we're going to make up our own shit. And then obviously it sucked. So I stopped at 4. 4 was a good one too. I do enjoy 4. Hey Grayzo, that Mr. G looks mighty suspicious. You should overthrow him. Y'all are ridiculous. Playthrough of KCD 2. I'm so fucking hyped for the game. I am too. Unfortunately, I have not beat KCD 1, and it's a very long, very time-consuming game that, again, I just don't have time for. Maybe one day I would love to, but not yet. Gotta run back to work. Best of luck with the stream. I'll catch up later on. I love you, Grayzo. Have fun at work, my friend. But I just remember that Roose Bolton was the one that put a knife through Robb Stark's heart. Never mind. I don't like him anymore. Real. No conspiracy against your ruler. You skyrocketing in success in 2024 was great. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was definitely fun. Yeah, killing someone at a wedding is messed up. Definitely. Need to run. Hope to be back later. Keep the rebellion alive. But nah. Damn it. This fucking guy. Shades of Grey is nice, but has been shittily done lately and has led to downfall. Especially when it breaks lore. Shades of Grey? What are you talking about? Like 50 Shades? You dirty dog. Let the orcs wog. Yeah, seriously. Has the Lord Commander done a bastard of a minor Lord house before? I've done House Hightower. Not really that minor, if I'm being honest. Because they're pretty prominent in like the Reach and shit like that. I was considering doing a legacy, like a bastard Frey, and he like rebels against Walder Frey and brings like chivalry and knighthood and kind of becomes like the new House Justman without changing his name. He's like still Frey, but I was thinking like, you know, take the blue-ish gray towers of House Frey on a white background and turn them red on a white background. But then again, we just did that with our Bastard Wolf playthrough. It's a red wolf on a white background. So maybe we'll change it up. We'll see what happens. But as far as other like minor houses, I don't think so. Not yet. There's definitely potential. So if you have a specific house in mind, like a minor noble house, let me know. I feel like it'd be really fun. The sellsword, Braun, Sir Braun of the Blackwater. Thank you. My other one was a mouthful. Poor Tyrion. Honestly, imagine if he had fatherly and family love. We would have gotten a way different story. Yeah, that's true. Also, a very important thing for a ruler, how to handle the little folk. Exactly. My friend told me that Game of Thrones is the worst bad ending of all other series and genres. Is that true? Yes. Absolutely, that is true. Then season 5 is the stopping point. Yeah, just about. if you want to, you can watch season 6. There were parts of it that I really enjoyed. I enjoyed the whole series, like beginning to end. There are certain story arcs that didn't make sense to me at all, and then there are certain story arcs that made absolute sense to me. But then there's a lot of like lack of common sense, you know? Like the reasoning behind it is sound, but then like there are I don't want to spoil too much, but there are certain aspects where it's like this should not have been. Like there's no reason that this exists the way it exists. I don't know why you did it like this, but I need you to stop. Stop and get some help, please. Nah, I mean like more morality wise, having previously very evil things suddenly be gray, or just inserting modern day politics and views into a universe that doesn't fit them. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And I will absolutely die on that hill. That's why quality of writing has gone downhill so fucking much. Um like it I don't know. It's really sad. One thing that I've also been really into lately has been the concept of like um grim dark fantasy. So like imagine The Witcher, where everything's The Witcher and Game of Thrones, grim dark. People die, everybody dies. There's no saving anybody. Everybody's evil. There's a lot of monsters. Like it's grim and it's dark. It's grim dark fantasy versus noble bright fantasy. So I'm thinking Lord of the Rings because you have, you know, a race of elven light and trees made out of pure starlight with gems that hold up the light of the moons and blah blah blah. You've got, you know, the steward of the White Towers. You know, you've got got Aragorn, son of Arathorn, the heir to the king, the man who's gonna make everything right in the world and shit like that. Very noble bright, where it's the focus is on the character who is bringing light into a darkened world. You know what I'm saying? Very noble bright. Whereas grimdark is the focus is on the world itself and how shitty and gritty and how everybody can die at any moment type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I really do enjoy noble bright fantasy, which is why I have this weird, you know, knight in shining armor complex with every single one of my characters. I've tried very hard to break that cycle, but every time I manage to circle back around to being the good guy, the knight in shining armor for every playthrough that I've done. Am I mad about it? No, but I'm recognizing the trend that I'm doing. And it's because I'm over the grimdark tropes. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is futile, like everybody will die, death is imminent at all moments type of shit. And it's like, well, obviously, like that's true in real life now too. Like, can we get back to the point of fantasy, which is to be an escape? I don't want you to accentuate it or season it with your little political views or whatever. Like I genuinely don't give a rat's ass. Like, please. I'm getting a phone call from the Queen. So, hello, my love.
Hello, mister.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. I'm live streaming, so say hi to the live stream.
Hello, live stream. I guess we can talk about it later then.
No.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. Do you need me to talk?
Not really. I was trying to use this.
Yeah, I know. Um yeah, I'm not allowed to. Yeah, I know. I was gonna talk to Dad about it so that we can, uh, you know, cause Adam offered to fly us up there to see the graduation. So, I was gonna talk to Adam about it and see what's what. Okay, I will make it happen. Okay, baby. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, if anything, we can celebrate the graduation and our anniversary up there. Yeah. Even if we like don't really celebrate on our anniversary, or I'm sure I can ask if I can like open on our anniversary, and that way we can have that night off together. That would be cool. Yeah, of course. Yeah. You thinking Kona Grill or Chamagacha? Kona? I fucking love Kona Grill. Okay, I'm down with that. Okay, baby. I'm sorry, yeah. I got lost in the the sauce. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, just give me a call. I will absolutely drop the live stream and leave all these losers hanging so I can come get you early from work. Okay. Yeah, period. Okay. Well, thank you for calling. Of course. I love you, baby. Oh, we have a package? Okay. Do I need to go get it from the leasing? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, that's fine. I love you so much. Bye. Bye. Don't call me a fucking simp, alright? Yes. I am one, alright? Sorry, she has definitely been texting me, and I have definitely not answered my phone at all. So feels bad. Um, yeah, go to your maiden, my lord. Nah, not yet. It's only 2:15 now. She's trying to get out of work early because she's supposed to get out at 6, but she's trying to get out at like 4:30. But she's waiting for for reply back from her boss. But anyway, yeah, my zero out of 10 for privacy, but 10 out of 10 for entertainment. Yeah, my little sister is graduating high school, and we're supposed to go up and visit because now I finally have my vacation days from my job. Um, and we're supposed to fly up there, but the timing is just weird because my mom is also traveling north to go and see the graduation. Yeah. And I would either have to fly in to where my mom is and my mom take us and we road trip up north the rest of the way, or I just fly directly to where the graduation is going to be, and then my dad comes and picks me up and takes us to the graduation because that's where everybody's going to be anyway for the graduation. However, it's also the same weekend as mine and the Queen's 6th anniversary, so we're trying to make sure that we have time to celebrate together and be at the graduation. So she's just trying to figure out the logistics of it all because she's a control freak. She's just got to know. She's got to know, the details and have the plan locked down. And I love that because I'm definitely a ditzy airhead and I will absolutely forget until the day of. So anyway, good to see you, my lord. Ah, Ragareth, my friend, welcome. A Duskendale bastard that survived the massacre of them after the Defiance. That would be cool. Yo, I remember watching season 5, episode 10 with my friend. I won't spoil anything, but at the end of the episode, I didn't want to continue the series. That's pretty valid. Which is that? Which episode is that? Oh, Mother's Mercy. God, yeah, you're absolutely right. Holy shit. That was a good episode though, 100%. I meant a small house that has a crest and motto but not much is known type ones. It could be an odd blank canvas to work with. I agree. I like that. I very much like that idea. I think it's some weird way a Song of Ice and Fire and Witcher feeling more hopeful than things like Lord of the Rings because those moments of happiness and joy feel more impactful in a darker setting. That is true too. I will concede that point. So the you know the contrast You know what I'm saying? Those hopeful moments that bring so much light in such a dark world is definitely very impactful. So you have characters like Geralt, who is supposed to be an unfeeling and careless witcher and shit like that, but he's kind of struck with like this rare quality of human empathy and emotion, and so he, being as long living as witchers are, um and seeing all the evil and all the death and all the darkness, and then still being able to be empathetic and hopeful towards a majority of people, most people, despite his own personal misgivings about it or whatever. I agree, is actually a very, very strong point to make. But yeah, I mean, I agree with that 100%. The Queen graces us with a presence. Hello, Queen Commander. Hello, Queen. We praise the Queen. Her Royal Highness. Simp, shut the fuck up. You're the loser, motherfucker. Can't wait to graduate next year, hopefully. Hell yeah, dude. The maiden squire is being knighted. Such a great honor for her and them family. One must not miss it. No, absolutely. Graduation in January? No. In May. In May. Our anniversary is in May. She's graduating in May. But she wants to know the details ahead of time so that we're not caught off guard. We have the plan. We know what to tell our workplaces. We know how to set aside our PTO hours, our vacation hours, and stuff like that. Anyway, Manor Lord's playthrough? Most likely. I would enjoy that. More like Simp Commander. Yeah, because y'all are the Simps. Remember that. Kingdom Come Deliverance? Maybe. We'll definitely try it out. I did enjoy Kingdom Come. I played a little bit of it. And I got relatively far. I got to the point where I rescued like Sir Hans, and then I was leaving Rattay to go and do other shit. I hunted down the bandits that attacked the one place, the one village. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyway, lads. So, and lasses. That is some really good gamer subs. I'm drinking a Crusaderade by Swagger Souls. Really good. His tub. Actually, I have to show y'all real quick. Y'all have to see it. All right. So, this one. My back. So this one is my favorite so far. This is Pineapple Cocktail. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's actually really, really good. It's really good with ice as well. I really do enjoy that. I got it in a sample pack, and it was the greatest thing I've ever had. The energy is actually really, really good as well. It lets you coast. It's not one of those like typical powders that leaves a residue or doesn't mix well. Like, I'm talking like 2 or 3 shakes and that shit's completely mixed in. There's no residue. There's no weird like filmy feeling or like slimy feeling in the mouth aftertaste. Because it's sugar free. It's the sugar that gives you that aftertaste in a lot of energy drinks. And this is sugar free. This is also not sponsored content, but GamerSups, please come on, like, help me out here. But yeah, so the pineapple cocktail is really fucking good. I really enjoy that. So I got myself my own tub, and then I let the queen try some of it, and she was like, "Oh, this shit is good. I need me some." And we scrolled through the GamerSups app, and she saw the chug juice from Fortnite by Laserbeam. So she got herself her own little tub of chug juice by Laserbeam, and then I went and got myself some Crusaderade by Swagger Souls. I know you can barely tell, but it's like a little Crusader helmet. And it looks really, really cool. But yeah, this is like a lemonade tea kind of thing. It's actually really fucking good. Mango tea. It's a mango tea. And it's that's what I'm currently drinking. It's really fucking good, man. Anyway, tell me how to be the cool uncle. My brother's getting married in August. Let's go. That's awesome. New version of the Aurora map in the works, by the way. Just been slow as fuck because you kept conquering stuff every episode. Sorry, I'm sorry. Dude, make a cemetery for real, or like a tomb place for all the characters. Yeah, it's there. It's already there. It'll be by Brave's Rest. Our first casualty, RIP, for real. Rest in peace, Marunter. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot he died. He died in that battle with all the, what's it called? Lustriums, those bastards. God damn. Dr. Block is back. Welcome back. So, now, to the main part of what I wanted to do for today's live stream, because just chatting y'all up was not the only thing I wanted to do. I am planning on making a return to Realm of Thrones and Bannerlord. I have some personal reasons as to why I chose to stop playing Realm of Thrones. There was a lot of speculation and a lot of rumors going around about like racist behavior or bigoted behavior from one of the lead developers of the mod, especially in the Discord, and it split the community. So I was looking into the Dance of Dragons mod for Bannerlord, which is its own thing, and apparently they were a part of the original team with Realm of Thrones, and they've since split off because of rumored bigoted behavior and racist behavior and whatever else, not getting paid or something like that. But again, these are all just rumors and speculations, so I'm not going to breathe any life into it. But I do believe in that transparency. That was my reasoning for originally stopping doing Realm of Thrones content. Because I was like, if that's the case and that's how they're going to act, that's how they're going to be, I'm not going to support it with my content, going forward. However, again, it is just rumor, it is just speculation, and even if it was one of the lead developers, it's not the entire development team that's done it, and I've had a very, very fun time playing this mod and making creative content for you guys. So I'd rather not make that decision for a lot of people based off of my own personal opinions that come from rumors and speculations. So going forward, we will be returning to Realm of Thrones, and I'm actually very, very excited for it. But yeah, one bad egg does spoil the bunch 100%. One bad apple and all that. However, again, just rumors and speculations. So, also, I've been playing around with my live stream stuff. So now there's a full face cam version. Y'all can see me in all my glory. I'm not gonna lie, this angle, this lighting, I'm kind of cute, bro. No wonder I landed such a queen, like, be for real. Anyway, I have been playing around with this stuff a little bit. Again, trying to multi-stream onto Twitch as well. Not working out in my favor. If y'all wanted to, go and follow the Twitch channel, and we'll do live streams there. However, we've done so much here on YouTube as well. I don't want to forsake that for any reason. Anyway, the Riz Commander. Hell yeah, dude. The other one is cool. What about a potential Old Realms playthrough, though, since fantasy lore is rather easy out of most Warhammer lore? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too. But there's this very specific playthrough or build that I want to try. That's really been stuck in my brain that I really, really, really want to... 8 key things you must do after uploading a YouTube video. I'm not above getting help. Sorry. I forgot y'all can't see it because I changed to the full face cam. Anyway, I do in fact want to try out this very specific playthrough. Something that's been stuck in my head for a little while. It starts with a region and a demographic of people that we don't typically hear too much about. They exist in the lore. We know one of the major lords of the region. And we know a little bit about their history and their background and shit like that. But it's definitely not a faction or a people that we have touched up on in the game itself in any of our playthroughs. So, that being said, I have definitely wanted to try doing a Cranogmen playthrough in Realm of Thrones. Obviously, you can't play as a Cranogmen, but you can play as a Northerner, which the neck is included in. So my idea was a mix between like peasant spearmen, like kind of swampy, backwoods, but make them professional. They're not just like rednecks out in the woods, with like sharp sticks and shit like that and rocks. We're gonna be like the professional like force hidden in the swamps, in the shadow of the swamps, and in the veiled trees of the neck and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it would be really, really cool. In my brain, I keep thinking of the frogman spears from the Men-at-Arms regiment from Crusader Kings. So that's kind of what was playing in my head. Originally, I was thinking like, okay, archer only playthrough. Imagine how badass that would be, right? And then we can get like mounted archers. And even what if we decided to make it like a companions only playthrough? So we have very limited actual men-at-arms troops, and it's just companions. But again, all speculation. We got to figure out how we're going to build this up first and foremost. What are you doing in my swamp? Building the swamps. I don't think I can do that with the settlement building one. That would be interesting, but I don't think so. First, Sir Block needs a big sword and a horse. I'm also pretty sure that his medicine skill is very bad, which I believe is very funny in my head, considering you're the doctor. Yeah. Yo, the Cranogmen. Yeah, so let's do a brief reading of the background lore of the Cranogmen, and then I'm thinking if we decided we want to, we can in fact pull up our banner maker design here, and we can create a rough draft of our Cranogmen banner. You know what I'm saying? So. The Cranogmen are a reclusive people who dwell in the swamps of the Neck. They are ruled by House Reed from Greywater Watch, and their current lord is Howland Reed. The Cranogmen are so called for their habit of living in small houses formed of reeds and thatch that sit atop floating islands in the mire. They are a poor people and seldom leave their lands, subsisting on fishing and frogging. Some claim the Cranogmen's smaller size, which is going to be an interesting thing. So we can definitely go for horses, but we'll have to keep reading because I don't know if they actually use horses in the swamp. That wouldn't make too much sense, would it? So imagine we just have unmounted spearmen and like archers, and we do almost like a pike and shot kind of playthrough. That'd be pretty interesting. Yeah. And we like our main character will be like kind of small in stature, but it makes people like underestimate him. Think like Captain Levi from Attack on Titan. He's small, people underestimate him, but then he surprises them with his capability, with his competence. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, some claim the Cranogmen's smaller size is because of intermarriage with the children of the forest, while others attribute their size to poor nutrition. Cranogmen are talented hunters and warriors. So there we go with the bow and arrows and then spears. And the only reason I attribute spears to warriors, or at least warriors to spears, is because the spear, historically speaking, what the fuck? There's like a gnat. Jesus. The spear, historically speaking, was one of the easiest weapons to get a mass number of people trained on. So was the crossbow. So you would typically see, while they were expensive to make and even more expensive to purchase, you wouldn't see like many villagers running around with crossbows, but it was a lot easier to train somebody on how to pull the crank, fit the bolt into the groove, and then aim and pull the trigger. Even if their aim was ass, you could increase that rate of fire by typically having 2 crossbows, 3-man unit. So you've got somebody holding the Pavise shield, 1 man firing, and the third person is reloading the second crossbow. That way there's a constant rate of fire. Now imagine an entire unit with that same dynamic. That'd be pretty interesting. However, from a villager standpoint and from a poor region such as the Neck, you're not going to see a lot of crossbows out there. You know what I'm saying? However, bows and arrows would make a lot more sense. And the issue with bow and arrows compared to crossbows is that it takes a lot more skill to wield a bow and arrow effectively compared to a crossbow. So, being a talented hunter gives us that ability to be, a bow and arrow playthrough, whereas being generic poor warriors will give us the ability to wield spears, and it would still make sense within the lore. So, really interested to see that kind of thing going forward. And there's something about like our current playthroughs or some recent playthroughs where we've been on foot with spears like in our grouped up formation as horsemen are coming at us from all angles, and we just, you know, poke them and they fall over. I think it's really interesting. It actually works out really well, I think. So I'm excited to get back to that. Excuse me. Despite their short stature and somewhat primitive lifestyle, they have proven a notoriously difficult people to conquer. They wield nets, bronze knives, three-pronged frog spears, and round leather shields. They use guerrilla tactics and have a mastery of their difficult terrain. According to those who have fought them, their houses, even their castles, move. Cranogmen are looked down upon by most other people of the Seven Kingdoms for their tactics, which are viewed as cowardly. Ironborn claim that the Cranogmen poison their weapons and smear them with feces and worse things. Even a graze by a poisoned arrow can be deadly. The swamp dwellers are disparaged as frog eaters and mudmen, while Ironborn refer to them as bog devils. That's fucking cool. That's a name. Cranogmen are well acquainted with House Frey of the Twins, who control the crossing of the Green Fork. The crossing of the Green Fork. Riverfolk allege that the Cranogmen can breathe water, have green teeth, and have webbed hands and feet like frogs. That is interesting. So that little bit right there tells us enough about what the potential playthrough can look like. So for me, as far, I'm thinking in terms of like my little warband as well. Spearmen and bowmen are going to be our main force. 100% they will be. I don't know about like two-handed weapons too much. I don't know too much about horsemen. I'm thinking if we wanted to, we can include like mercenary troops to our unit tree, and make them like mounted skirmishers, even like light horsemen or outriders, but not like mounted knights. You know what I'm saying? Are there even knights of House Reed? Who fucking knows? I feel like it would be cool if there were, but I doubt it. The histories say that the Cranogmen grew close to the children of the forest in the days when the Green Seers tried to bring the Hammer of the Waters down upon the necks. Hammer of the Waters. Used dark magic to stop the migration of the First Men. Hundreds of Green Seers gathered possibly at the Isles of Faces or Moat Cailin. Some stories claim they sacrificed 1,000 captive humans to werewoods, while others claim the Green Seers used blood from their own youths. The Hammer of the Waters resulted in the shattering of the Arm of Dorn into the Stepstones and the Broken Arm, separating Westeros from Essos. Unfortunately for the children, it was too late, for the First Men already had a foothold in Westeros. However, the Cataclysm proved the strength of the children's power, and may have proved instrumental in bringing the First Men to agree to the terms of the pact on the Isle of the Faces. That's actually pretty cool. I had no idea. So, we're learning a lot about the history as well. So that's really fucking cool. Anyway. Waters down upon the neck. The Cranogmen and their Marsh Kings... I like that. The Marsh Kings. That's pretty cool. Held Moat Cailin against Southron invaders. They swore oaths of fealty to the Starks thousands of years ago when King Rickard Stark slew the last Marsh King and took his daughter as wife. The Cranogmen are now ruled by House Reed from Greywater Watch. Other families of Cranogmen are houses Blackmire, Boggs, Cray, Fen, Greengood, Peat, and Quag. They definitely sound like Cranogmen. I love, and see, this here is where I just kind of gush over how well written the world of A Song of Ice and Fire is, because when I mentioned earlier, like the flavor of culture, you know what I'm saying? You see it in the names. You know, you have names like reed, which is an actual plant that grows on the sides of rivers, right? Or like on the side of water. So you have reeds, you have Blackmire, Boggs, Cray, Fen, Greengood, Peat, and Quag. Like, I've never heard of the word peat before. I've never heard of the word quag. I've never heard of a Cray, a Fen, or a bog. I know what a bog is, but still. Like, they all sound like they belong to this swampy land of the Neck. They all sound like they belong in this culture of Cranogmen. You know, it matches so well, and the blending of names and culture and livelihoods and overall aesthetics just builds so much world building, and it makes fucking sense. Now, when you get to the north, you have places like Stark, or you have names like Stark and Bolton and Dustin and Umber and Forrester and Karstark and Umber and Glover and Flint, like all real one syllable, rarely rustic, like rough names, you know what I'm saying? And it really much adds to that aesthetic of Northerners, their rough exterior and almost what's the word I'm thinking of? Frugal lifestyle. They don't do extravagant spending. They're not poor by any means, but a lot of their culture revolves around strength because it takes strength to survive. And then you get into the Westerlands. House Lannister, House Rain, House I'm immediately drawing a blank. House Brax, House Serret, House Clegane, the who else am I thinking of? The fucking yeah, I don't know. Anyway, but you get what I'm saying. Like the naming just adds so much like cultural flavor to each one of these like regions, and it's beautifully done, I think. But anyway, they have a feud with House Frey, who have ruled the lands immediately to the south of the northern Riverlands for the last 6 centuries. So what that's looking like to me, as far as our potential plot, our point of this playthrough. Now imagine we play as some clan of bogmen, of bog devils, we're not a noble house, but we kind of raise ourselves up. We have this intelligence that surpasses our rustic lifestyle, and what it does is it leads us out of the muck and the mud, and it raises us into nobility through our sheer force of will. Now imagine we have all these bogman rebels and shit like that. We rise up against House Reed, who's bent the knee to the Starks, because we want control of Moat Cailin from the Starks. We want control of Flint's Finger, so that we can expand that area of the neck. It's immediately to our west. We want control of the Twins, because fuck the Freys, and they control the main crossing of the Green Fork, and we are their immediate northern neighbors. So imagine we decide we want to do we want to conquer all of that area, and that'll be the point of our playthrough. I feel like that would be really, really cool. Whew. Lots of yapping. My bad, guys. Yeah, the yapping emoji. 20 minutes later, enough houses naming, you show off. My bad. So the queen, she would text me randomly while I'm at work, and she'll give me a house name, and I'm expected to give her the sigil, their house, like their seat, or like their region that they live in, their house motto, who the current lords are, and like I go above and beyond, and I give her a little bit of history. So she randomly asked me House Dustin one day, and I was like, okay, so House Dustin, I don't remember their house motto, but I think it's not even a canon thing either. But I was like, the crossed the rusted halberds with black shafts with a crown over it on a yellow field. They live in the Barrowlands. Their main house is Barrowtown. Or not Barrowtown, but the castle. I forgot what it's called. And they, they're descended from the Barrow Kings of the southern regions of the north. Where the last Barrow King is said to be, or the last King of Winter is said to be buried. Who was also rumored to be a giant from the far north. So she enjoyed doing stuff like that. You better make me call you and explain the entire Horus heresy to you. Oh my God, please. The Lord Co-Yapper. Shut the fuck up. Jesus. Anyway, recent events. Let's go through the recent events of Game of Thrones. This is canonical in the books, not so much in the show. So, in A Game of Thrones, Robb Stark leads a host of Northmen south to rescue his father, Lord Eddard Stark. Robb sends a message to Howland Reed, Lord of Greywater Watch, tasking the Cranogmen with guarding the causeway in case Lannisters march north. So essentially, the last line of defense while all the Northmen are fighting in the south is the Cranogmen. He said, give them hell. Like, once they step foot in the marshes, make them fucking pay for it. Like, let's run those rivers red. And I'm like, that's cool as fuck, bro. That's a lot of faith to put in these quote unquote bog devils, primitive, poor, and small in stature. You know, obviously there's a lot of strength to come out of that region. So I kind of like that. In A Clash of Kings, Victarion Greyjoy, Lord Captain of the Iron Fleet, achieves the fall of Moat Cailin while his nephew Theon Greyjoy leads the capture of Winterfell. Theon intends to hold Mira and Jojen Reed as hostages to stay Howland's hand, but the Reed children vanish from Winterfell. In A Storm of Swords, Mira and Jojen tell Bran Stark about a Cranogmen and the Night of the Laughing Tree. Interesting. A smiling heart tree was a mystery knight who fought at the tourney in Harrenhal in 281 AC. He defended the honor of a Cranogmen by challenging and defeating 3 knights whose squires had bullied the Cranogmen, demanding that they chastise the squires in order to ransom back their horses and armor. The Knight of the Laughing Tree is so called because of the blazon on his shield, a smiling weirwood. His true identity remains unknown. According to a semi-canon source, the bullied Cranogmen was Howland Reed. Bro, that's perfect. That's such a good segue. Imagine the semi-canon source is wrong. We completely discredit that. Our character is this Cranogmen who was defended by a knight. So now he's got like these knightly tendencies. He's like, I've seen the goodness that comes from being a knight. And so now I'm fixing to reform our rustic living into something more noble, into something that can achieve such good as the Knight of the Laughing Tree, because of what he did for me in my past. So now he raises himself up out of the mud, out of the muck, and he's like, this is what the new Cranogmen will be. This is what the new neck will be. No longer shall we be stomped on by north and south, but we now will control every major castle on either side, north and south of our lands. We will take all of Flint's Finger, and we will stand as a bastion against the Iron Islanders, against the River Lords, against the Winter Kings, and against the Lannisters. Like, we will be the new strength of the neck. Like, dude, that would be so fucking cool. That would be so cool. And we wouldn't even have to go like full plate armor knightly. Like, it wouldn't make sense considering the region that they're from. But imagine like medium leather armor knights of the neck. Maybe they have like a good solid like metal plate helmet or metal plate shoulders, but everything else is like leather, like thick medium leather armor. That would be really fucking cool. I love that. That's actually really cool. All right, back to it. Robb, now king in the north, tasks Galbert Glover and Mage Mormont with sailing on Mallister longships to the neck. The envoys are to inform Howland and the Cranogmen of Robb's plan to recover Moat Cailin. Robb is murdered by Lord Roose Bolton during the Red Wedding, however. Sorry, spoiler alerts. A Feast for Crows. The poisoned arrows of Cranogmen weaken the Ironborn garrison at Moat Cailin, so Victarion wears heavy chainmail armor over boiled leather for protection. After the death of his brother Balon, the king of the Isles and the North, Victarion leads most of the Iron Fleet back to the Iron Islands for the King's Moot on Old Wick. Ralph Kenning, left in command of Moat Cailin by Victarion, is mortally wounded by a poison arrow. Ramsay Bolton sends Theon Greyjoy to resolve the siege of Moat Cailin, offering the remaining Ironborn food and safe passage if they surrender unarmed. As Theon approaches, arrows fly at him from unseen attackers in the bog, but he is able to enter the gatehouse without harm. Theon convinces the Iron Man to surrender, but Ramsay executes the captives anyway. I've sent word to Howland Reed, father's old friend at Greywater Watch. If the Lannisters come up the neck, the Cranogmen will bleed them every step of the way. Bro, that's fucking crazy. God, that's awesome. Mudmen are sneaks. They won't fight like decent folks. They skulk and use poison arrows. You never see them, but they see you. Those who go into the bogs after them get lost and never come out. Their houses move, even the castles like Greywater Watch. They might be out there right now listening to everything we say. My dogs would smell anything in them bushes. Be all over them before you could break wind, boy. Frog eaters don't smell like men. They have a boggy stink. They like frogs and trees and scummy water. Moss grows under their arms in place of hair, and they can live with nothing to eat but mud and breathe swamp water. Oh, little Walder Frey. Whoops. Hey, I'll tell you what, though. That Walder Frey impression, that was not bad. That's pretty cool. Yeah. We live closer to the green in our bogs and crannigs, and we remember earth and water, soil and stone, oaks and elms and willows. They were here before us all and will still remain when we are gone. Jojen Reed to Bran Stark. That was interesting. I actually really enjoyed this read. Damn, that was fucking cool. That was really fucking cool. Anyway, let me read chat real quick. Also, please read more comments further up. All right. Let me see. The lore commander for real. Lore time. Hell yeah. Spearman with the circle formation to fight off horses is broken. You have to dwarf max. I love that. Oh crap, it's the Lord Commander. Gas smells good. Grow a beard. Lift weights. Be mildly racist. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Now I know how my kids feel when I read aloud for them. Safe and full of wonder. You rock, Lord Commander. Oh, thank you. Stop. Yeah, I love this shit, man. I love this shit. He is currently the lore commander because we are getting lore read to us. Oh crap, true. Ambushers and skirmishers. Yeah, absolutely. No horsemen, shield wall, fast, lightly armored troops. See, that's what I was thinking too. So imagine we could have like multiple regiments of like footmen, right? You have the shield wall with their round leather shields and spears, and then you've got this loose formation that charges in first, real lightly armored. They're literally cannon fodder, right? But they have like throwing spears and throwing axes and throwing daggers, and they're just quick. They're fucking zooming across the battlefield, like one-handed axe in one hand and then throwing daggers in the other, and they're just, you know, launching just straight up into the enemy lines. You know what I'm saying? They attract the attention of any horsemen, and then our archers pick them off, you know, and then a slow march by our what's it called? Our shield wall formation, and we just absolutely shred shit, dude. Like that, I would fucking love that. That'd be so cool. My son's name Holger consists of the words island and spear in Old Nordic and means honest giant. So I am all in on a spearman army should have a follower named Holger or Ogier in French. I love that actually. Holger is a badass name. I think that's actually really cool. Holger. Yeah, that's not bad. That's really not bad. Austrian equals no horseman until tier 3 at least. I am the Marsh King and I speak for the swamp. I like that. That's actually really cool. The Marsh King. Not bad. Rise of the Marsh King. We've done Rise of the River King in Realm of Thrones. Now we can do Rise of the Marsh King. So well written, Martin won't release the fucking book, guys. Worse at it than I am replying to roleplays. That's true. Read comments, please. Sorry. Enough house shaming, naming you show off. The Lord Waffler. The Lord Co-Yapper. Yeah, I remember that. Alright. Mr. Sir, Lord, Sir, man. Empyrean, formerly Blue Wolf. Is he a she? Oh, is there not a rumor it was some girl who was the Knight of the Laughing Tree? Low-key? I would love that. I think that would be really fucking cool. I think that would be really, really cool. I like how when you do grand tournaments in Crusader Kings 3, there's that chance that some random knight will stop by you and you'll call them out and it's like a woman, and you can either keep their secret and they can fight in the tourney, or you can add them to your, you know, your house, to your courts, I guess. I think that's really cool. Most of the time I just let them go. I'm like, yeah, go do what you gotta do. I don't give a shit. Like, period, girl. Go do your fucking thing, queen. Go kick ass. The Archduchy of the Moat. That's actually pretty cool. Basically being Switzerland. Basically Switzerland going on the offense. Archduchy of the Moan. The Moan. Ah, shit. So listen. I don't know if you meant that as a... Ow, fuck. Oh, I bit the inside of my cheek so fucking hard. Ow. Bastard, that fucked me up. Yeah, that fucking sucked. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I don't know if you meant that as a meme, but the moan sounds really fucking cool. So imagine we take Moat Kalen, we take the twins, and we take Flint's finger, right? And we rename our kingdom the kingdom of the moaning marsh. And the reason why, and we imagine we roleplay it because I mean there's a mod, maybe we can change the name. But I don't know if it'll be compatible with Realm of Thrones. But imagine we rename our capital of Moat Kalen to the Moan, right? And the reason why the Moaning Marsh is because of every time, because of all the people that are dying in there, like, and it's slow deaths. It's very slow deaths. You know, the poison gets to you. Sometimes we can't get to you and finish you off with an axe, or sometimes you just get stuck in the marsh. You know, the swamp comes out and fucking claims your ass because you don't belong here. And all you hear as you stand on the edge, the outside of the marshes from either north or south, you're standing on the right at the edge of that line where the trees start to disappear into like this misty, foggy fucking swamp. And you hear like the bubbling sounds of the marshes, and from deep, deep, deep within the dark woods of the marshes, you just hear this moaning sound, this echoing moan. And it's not just one voice, and it's not just two, but it's hundreds of moans coming from this marsh, low enough that you can almost think to yourself, it's just the wind, or it's just a trick. No. It's real fucking people in there, and they're actually fucking dying. So you better turn around, and you better fucking leave. The moaning marsh would go absolutely hard. But fuck, you made a point so well that it made me bite the inside of my cheek, like hard as fuck. I'm pretty sure I taste blood, asshole. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Fuck, I'm so serious though. Like, that really fucking hurts. Like, it's sore as fuck now. Anyway, let's. Oh, whoops. I lost my spot again. Let's say it, the only reason Victarion and the Ironborn weren't beaten by the Cranogmen was because they didn't march to the north. They used boats. Yeah, they definitely had the cheat code. They went around Flint's Finger and they just like popped in there and ran across to Winterfell. And I was like, you dickheads. Fuck you. That's why they went for Moat Kalen and then Winterfell, because it's already north of the neck. They didn't have to go through the neck. Cheaters. Cheaters. Yes, read. God, my bad, dude. Jesus. Read more, read more. How does one change the avatar? Kelpie Riders. Yes, Rye, please. That's such a kick-ass fucking idea. Kelpie Riders. Make them, they'll be like coastal riders, you know? It's a lot easier to find solid ground along the coasts of the marsh rather than deep in the marshlands itself. But even then, we can roleplay it that our Kelpie horses are trained to understand like where the solid foot ground is, so that they can march through it and charge through it without being stuck in the marshes. That's a really interesting roleplay concept. I love that. Y'all are so fucking cool, bro. Like, this is exactly what I wanted to do today. God damn it. That's fucking awesome. I need to write a bunch of commands starting with, oh yeah, exclamation point. Okay. You just want the Knight of the Laughing Tree to be female so you can marry her. Shaking my head. Return of the Sim Commander. Shut the fuck up. Denmark is bringing the heat with ideas today. Austria and Denmark. Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. See how much gold you are missing when not reading gold from your favorite members now that Grayzo is not here. How much gold I'm missing? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Using boats is like cheating. Yeah, for real. Bastards. I love the moan. Yeah, that's a great. I know you do. I bet you do. I bet you do, you dirty bastard. Moaning March all the way. Yeah, that's pretty badass. The Moaning Marsh. King of the Moaning Marsh. Yeah, Lord of the Moan. Lord of the Moan Fort. I don't know. The more I say it, the more I feel sexual about it. What's up? Anyway, Took me a whole live stream creating the banana bandit, basically a pig wearing a bandit mask wielding bananas. The Kelpie riders don't use arrows but use javelins. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That'd be really kick ass. Imagine the fucking throwing power. Absolutely. That makes my brain hurt. A jolly green giant. No, my lord, YouTube will strike us. No. What are those trees that look creepy with root legs? Dreadnought trees? Huh? Do these actually exist? With root legs? What are you talking about? I love how it immediately brought up Warhammer because of the Dreadnought. Oh, the weirwood trees? No, I don't know. Oh. Tree Pokemon. This guy. Right? The scary looking thing right here? Not the Pseudo-Wudo, obviously. What is this fucking guy's name? Phantump. Nuzleaf. Snover. Pseudo-Wudo. Tropius. Trevenant. It's like tree and revenant. Is that what you're thinking of? Oh yeah, or like tree ents. Did you think that if Robb Stark in the North and Riverlands had more time to prepare themselves and raise more men, could mop the floor with the Lannisters? Absolutely. So, one thing that a lot of people don't understand is that the North did not, in fact, only have 20,000 men. That's just how many men they were able to raise in a short amount of time, you know? The Lannisters said it in season 1. They were like, Tywin Lannister's skinning the stag, very symbolism. And he's talking to Jaime. He's like, I'm giving you half of our forces. That's 50,000 men. So, mathematics says that the Lannisters command roughly 100,000 men from the Westerlands, right? Let's say, clear-cut answer, they have 100,000 men. Now, Renly, with the support of the Tyrells, so he's got the Stormlords, the Tyrells, and his army. He also had 100,000 men. So right there, that's two armies with like 100,000 men apiece. Now the Northerners have the largest landmass. They don't have a lot of wealth like the Lannisters or the Tywells, like the Lannisters or the Tyrells, but they're not poor. They are not poor, and it's not money that compels their men to fight. It's honor. So what is there in plethora of in the North? It's honor, and honor-bound folk who think very much honorably. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, they're going to drop everything and then go and fight tooth and nail with their lords and their lieges. I think, in reality, there was an article that I saw that said the Northerners could have mustered easily like a 200,000 man, army. Like, and what's crazy to me is like, we don't even get to see any of that when the long night comes. Like, they could have easily had 200,000 men of the North fighting against the Night King or fighting against the Lannisters. But because the main purpose of raising that army wasn't to get a big force and go and stomp the South, it was to get down there as quickly as they possibly could. And so they gathered as many men as they could in a short amount of time, and that numbered roughly around 20,000 men. So that is where my mind is sat. And especially with the Riverlands. The Riverlands were already under siege by the Lannisters at this point. Before Robb Stark even makes it south, just shortly after Ned Stark gets executed, there's this battle in the books that doesn't get covered in the show, and it's the Battle of Golden Tooth. So the Riverlanders, they try to fight back against the Lannisters, but then I forgot the house's name. It's gonna kill me now. It's a blue background, yellow peak, and like a sun from the Westerlands. I forgot their name, but they House Lefford, they come in from the Golden Tooth and they stomp the fuck out of the River Lords and they push their asses back in a very first decisive victory against the Riverlanders, and then that momentum just keeps carrying them on until eventually Jaime Lannister lays siege to Riverrun, which isn't that far inland into the Riverlands, but it's pretty far inland into the Riverlands, which means that the Lannisters have already conquered a sizable chunk of the Riverlands by the time Robb Stark makes it south of the Twins. Now, the Lannisters are very well equipped. I see that comment, Austrian. However, I will say that the Lannisters lack, I don't want to say knowledge of the terrain, but mastery of the terrain. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously, they were betting on the honor-bound Starks to go and defend their allies, the Tullys and the Riverlords. So they knew that Robb Stark wouldn't be able to hide in the neck and force the Lannisters into a terrain that they couldn't win in. So the Lannisters, having fought against the Riverlords for fucking centuries, already knows well enough about the terrain to be effective with their mounted knights in the Riverlands. However, with enough pressure on multiple sides, they would have broken. Obviously, Robb Stark breaks the siege of Riverrun and captures Jaime Lannister. That's 50,000 Lannister men that are down the fucking drain. You know what I'm saying? But the biggest downfall, obviously, was his dumbass marriage to Talissa Stark, who doesn't actually exist in the books. I forgot who it actually is. But anyway, it's just, I also think that, again, with enough pressure, they absolutely could have wiped the floor with the Lannisters. The Lannisters are well equipped. They have the gold, except they don't, because remember that the Lannisters are in debt, or they don't have gold in the mines anymore, so they are going to be in debt at some point. But I don't know, man. It's difficult to say. I do like the theorizing though about the what ifs or the what could have happened. What I've been doing a lot of recently is reading into fan fiction as well. One of my favorite fanfics so far for Game of Thrones is the lion with a black mane. And it's the concept of what if Cersei and Robert's firstborn child was Myrcella's twin, right? Or Myrcella's like the oldest, obviously. But what if Myrcella had a twin brother who had black hair like Robert? So imagine like Jaime's daughter and Robert's son were born out of the same like womb, you know, they were twins but just different sperms. That's fucking weird. Scientifically, I'm not going to think about that because that's kind of gross. However, I will say the concept is pretty interesting. And in the fan fiction, Cersei raises God, I forgot his fucking name. I forgot the bastard's name. Or not the bastard, but the Black Lion. I forgot his name, but Cersei raises him to be everything that Robert's hates. You know, she said he looks so much like Robert, but when he looks up at me, I see my son. And so I'm going to raise him to be like me, to hate everything that Robert has become, to hate everything that Robert loves, to hate drinking and to hate whoring, to hate hunting. And I will raise him to be a lion, to be a mighty lion like his mother, you know, and his grandfather. And I love the concept of that. And I really enjoyed that. But we already have a Bastard Lion playthrough, and having a Black Lion playthrough doesn't sound like a bad idea, in my opinion. But again, like fan fiction and speculation and the what ifs, like it's all really cool. I really enjoy all that. Anyway, reading chat. They could be deceased bogmen as Ironfoot men type. That's actually pretty kick-ass. All right. Rye, since you're in the Discord, just keep writing down your ideas and put them in the Discord. That way we can come back to these ideas and reference them when we start building our playthrough. However, I have to say, doing this Realm of Thrones playthrough will not happen anytime soon, only because, A, we have a playthrough... holy shit, sorry. We have a playthrough already, which is our Aurorian Knights. Considering how poorly this most recent video performed, again, because I told y'all what my criteria is for a successful video is 100 views per hour. This video has been out for 7 hours and we have 300 views. That's awful. That is less than 50% of what I hope for, which means that this series might be coming to an end soon. I hate to think that I'm chasing views or whatever, but the point is, like, obviously I don't want to make content. I don't want to spend time making content that nobody's gonna watch or nobody likes. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I was really grateful for the success of our Bastard Wolf playthrough, because I was really nervous because I took a familiar character that everybody loves and everybody already associates acting and behaving in a certain way, and I completely flipped the script, you know? And I knew that was gonna rub people the wrong way. As it is, episode 1 of this fucking playthrough, dude, got like a couple hundred fucking dislikes. Like, look at this shit. So typically, I get like 100%, 98% ratio likes to dislikes. So this one right here says 111 likes and 2 dislikes. That's not bad. Our episode 1 of the Bastard Wolf has 59. Well, 59 dislikes is not terrible, especially considering we have almost 1,400 likes. But still, like it you know, made me nervous because all the dislikes hit, likes hit. So I was like, fuck, like I didn't realize I was rubbing people the wrong way by making this playthrough this way. But yeah, so unfortunately for us, unless we get massive success in the Friday's video for the Aurora Nights, the Aurora Nights series might come to a pretty unfortunate end. Just because, again, time, guys, like time is not something that I have in plethora of. As it is, like, we've only been recording, or we've only been live streaming for what, like a couple of hours, and I just, you know, there's other stuff that I have to get done today, so I can't, you know, just waste time, unfortunately. And I'm not saying it's a waste either, don't get me wrong. I just, I have to be smart with my time. I have to be productive, and I have to be forward thinking with it. Otherwise, I'm going to get lost and get behind, and then we're going to have really, like, lull periods where the content sucks or the analytics suck, and it's just going to hurt the channel and our community all the more in the long run. So that's a big what if, though, so we'll definitely have to figure it out. But on top of that, all the mods that we're currently running for our Aurora Nights playthrough probably are not going to be compatible with the Realm of Thrones mod. And the only reason I say that is because I'm also running a completely different version of Bannerlord than what is compatible with the current version of the Realm of Thrones mod. So not only do I have to uproot all of my mods, I have to re-download the Realm of Thrones mod, and I have to change the version of Bannerlord itself. And I'm not going to keep switching it back and forth because that's how files get corrupted. So I'm not going to do that. But yeah, we'll just have to see how it turns out, honestly. I'm not going to lie. We could start the new series right now. Y'all know I have this horrible habit of just cutting shit off and starting a new project because I have ADHD, apparently, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I would absolutely love to get started on a Cranogmen playthrough in Realm of Thrones. That would be really cool. Anyway, necromancy, hearsay, some type of marsh or swamp revenant type from deceased bogmen. What I like is the what if they're not actually deceased? They're actually just men, but that's like the regiment of like the men at arms that they are. They're very like the traditional you know, the traditionalist like bogmen, where they're like, oh yeah, we are the spirits of the dead, we're the ones who bring the spirits with us, we carry them with us at all times. And so they like decorate themselves with like bone armor and shit like that, or use bone weapons. And so they're very much more of the old style, or the rustic primitive lifestyle of the Marshmen, whereas we will be the more forward thinking, more technologically and culturally advanced version of the Marshmen. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that'd be really cool. But that could be like their whole shtick, you know what I'm saying? The you know, we are the revenants of the dead. We are the you know, the deceased bogmen. We are the spirits of the dead. That'd be pretty interesting. If I remember correctly, the military strength of the Westerlands is 50,000 men, and the North and Riverlands are both 45,000 men. So if the raising was complete, the Lannisters would be fucked up. Yeah, 100%. The Lannisters are very well equipped, though, and superiority in numbers is not everything. No, that is true. However, again, going back to the Northmen, we're about to see this coming up in House of the Dragons as well. So spoiler alerts for those of you who have not read the book for House of the Dragon. But when the Winter Wolves go south, or the Greybeards, when they go south to fight against the Lannisters and you know the Greens and shit like that, there's a moment where they catch like a certain commander or a certain lord in a battle, and they just start picking away at them slowly but surely, and then eventually, when they're tired from running, they're tired from getting, you know, killed and picked off one by one, they meet up with a parlay for these Greybeards, right? And he's like, you know, we shouldn't fight here today. We should all just go home. Why do you want to die here? And he goes, we died the moment we marched south. We're not here to live. We are here to fight, and we're here to die. Like, that's it. You know, the Lannisters don't have that mentality. They're not like, oh yeah, my sole purpose in life is to die with a sword in my hand. No, but the Northerners think like that. The Northerners have that culture. They have that honor-bound sense of morality and spirituality that seeps into every aspect of their day-to-day life. Everything they do is about their honor and their spirit, right? So when they're marching south, remember the amount of loyalty they have to Ned Stark. The Starks were not by any means good people in their history. They were horrible people. They were rumored to be werewolves and wargs and dire wolf riders that brutally conquered every other winter king in the north. They wiped out the Grey Starks. They wiped out the Ambers. They wiped out the Greenwoods and the Tall Trees and the whatever else, ABCXYZ. The other kings of winter were all wiped out because they didn't bend the knee. The rest of them, the Red Kings of House Bolton and the Barrow Kings of House Dustin, they all bent the knee because they were like, well, fuck, I don't want that to happen to me. So by no means are the Starks good people in their history, but the recent history, Eddard's father and Brandon Stark and even Lord Eddard himself, they were good people. They made that Stark name means something, you know. They made it honorable, and they treated their people honorably. That's why they had such staunch believers and staunch loyalists to the northern cause, right? The Lannisters don't have that. They follow out of fear, and I'm not going to get into the subject of like fear is not gonna, you know, hold your people together. Obviously it fucking does for a very long time, fear and gold. However, you can't deny the evidence that the northern cause is stronger. You know, that decision, or that conversation that Robert has with Cersei, you know, one cause versus 5 different causes, one army united behind a singular cause and a singular purpose, compared to the 5 armies that are brought together by gold or whatever else, you know what I'm saying, that are forced together because of tradition. Whereas you have the one solid northerner army led together by loyalty and love for their lord, their liege lord, who was Eddard Stark, right? And then you've got not just one fist, but 2 fists, because now you also have the River Lords, who also had that strength and that love. And then imagine if the Aarons got involved, but they didn't, because Lysa Tully is a fucking bitch. But we're not going to get into that. But anyway, like the strength in numbers is not everything. That is very true. And we've already proven that Tywin Lannister is a fearsome opponent on the field of battle many times in the lore, since his you know, the way he handled like the reigns of Casimir and the defiance of Duskendale. He is a formidable foe, 100%. However, we've also established that Robb Stark is not to be underestimated. Now you've got these staunch traditionalists and these hardened battle warriors who are willing to die with sword in hand, like their sole purpose is to go to Valhalla, like they're Vikings. You know what I'm saying? Like you have these guys who are willing and ready to die for their liege lord out of loyalty, love, and respect and honor, right? And then at the head of that army is a young man, the son of the guy who brought them all together, who is a well learned battle commander. Like he obviously proved himself multiple times. Like, he's only won 3 victories, sure, but that's 3 more victories than Tywin Lannister has. Those 3 victories of mine count as losses to him. Remember that. I may only have 3 wins, but I have 0 losses. Tywin has 3 losses. Now, again, that's just hubris and like the youthful ignorance, but you can't deny the role that it plays in the morality of, or the morale, sorry, not the morality, but the morale of like leading your army. The Lannister men start to see it. The footmen who are shoved a spear in their hands and told to march, they see that. But the old men who march south with Robb Stark, who are ready and willing to die for their liege lord and for their cause, they see it too. And it makes them fight harder. It makes their cause and their resolve stronger. So, that was a weird tangent. Sorry about that. Anyway, being bombed. Can't be a contrarian anymore. I can, in fact, be a contrarian, and I will. So, eat my ass. Anyway. Where else? God, y'all just keep yapping it up in the chat. I love it. Robb died the opposite way Ned did. Ned died because he was too honorable. Robb died because he wasn't honorable enough. What emblem is this? This is from our Aurorian Knights playthrough. So this is the sigil of House Oradon. So it's the banner starts here, and this is where like the pole would be that like holds the banner and it'll be waving in the wind. So it's like the sun leading off, and then in the light of day is our sigil, the Falcon of Oradon, and our noble House of Knights, and then the stars of the night. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty cool. I like the concept of it. It's really, really interesting. In the Tavern Talk, do it in the custom characters. Yeah, the custom characters channel. I like fan, and tag me in it too, like at me. That way I can go back and reference it. I like fan fiction where Robb Stark marries Marjorie Tyrell and he becomes king of the whole 7 kingdoms. It's cool, but it's also laughable. That's pretty cool. Stop bullying me, woman! I'm just testing out commands. The bastard wolf rubbed me the right way, almost a PC-17 type of way. You dirty bastard. But it's still funny. I will defend you, Austrian. Explode, Dr. Block. Freeze, Dr. Block. How the hell do I spell your name? That's hilarious. It could be their Holy Knight Order. That's pretty cool. I like that idea, too. I do that, too, when I start a game about 1 week, then I'm bored and start a new one. Cregan Stark was a badass. That's true. My name is a different font. That's why. My Asperger ass is telling you start the project right now. Austrian, stop bombing me. Ditch the Austrian dude. She is immune. That's hilarious. Y'all are so funny. 'Tis war, good sir. Rise, stop bullying this man. Corrupted Saintus. Aw, trying to go for the old nickname, huh? Nice try, buddy. That font makes you immune. That's hilarious. Y'all are so funny. Whew. Anyway, lads. So, if we like, we could go and do some quick project thinking, if y'all would like. Yeah. And start coming up with some banner ideas, some custom banner ideas for our Realm of Thrones Cranogmen playthrough. I would like to call it like Rise of the Marsh King. You know, I think that would be really cool. So if you think of a banner that's very like Marsh King, I would love to hear it. I'm obviously thinking like a dark green background to match like the marshiness. However, I will say House Reed. Let's see. Houses of the Neck. Soyaf. And let's see if we can get like a mass picture of all the house sigils. Okay. Well, it's not giving me the houses. Because, see, it's saying, like, Skagos, Skane, Stony Shore. All of that is, like, the whole of the north. Which is not what I want. I just want the neck. Which is fine. So here's what I'm thinking now. So, different search. Houses of the neck. CK3 AGOT. Immediately pops up a fucking Soul Tomato video. Yeah, look at that. 103.9k views since July 2023. That's awesome. Good for that guy. Fantasy Haven, Soul Tomato, Fantasy Haven, Fantasy Haven. Yeah, I've seen a lot of Fantasy Haven. So here, let's do some research real quick. So every northern house.
Hey everyone, it's your boy,
Can
Haven.
we open this in YouTube? Thank you. And then we can scroll House Stark, House Reed, and Vassals. Okay. That way we can take inspiration from... I'm just going to watch this brief informational video real quick. While we do our research.
We must begin with the southernmost point of the north, known as the Neck. Yeah, the Cranogmen live here. They're sort of weird swamp dwellers. House Reed is in charge of the Neck, and they've ruled it since the Marsh Kings of old were driven out by the Starks. It's a black lizard lion on green. Beware.
I'm sorry. Did he say a black lizard lion? Do you mean a fucking crocodile, bro? That is the most fantasy version of a crocodile I've ever heard. A black lizard lion. Fuck. Oh, shit. There was that thing in our Legacy of the Bastard Wolf series where it says Robb Stark was ripped to pieces by a lizard lion. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, a lizard with a lion's mane the size of a lion with, like, big lion paws and shit like that. No, it meant like, he was ripped apart by fucking alligators, bro. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. I had no idea, dude. That's insane. Golly. Sorry, y'all. All right, back to it. ADHD
Our
brain.
bite. A lizard lion is basically the Westerosi way of saying alligator, I guess. Oh look, the High Sparrow. So yes, Howland is a short king. I can't help but respect that. A miracle worker, pilgrim, mastermind philosopher. He's a mysterious man, what can I say? There it is, there's his castle, I found it. So yeah, he was at the tourney of Harrenhal when he was younger, and he was beaten up by squires, but then Lyanna Stark came to his rescue. During Robert's Rebellion, he...
See, now it says Lyanna Stark came to his rescue, not the laughing tree. That's interesting. Different versions of the lore.
He accompanies Ned to the Tower of Joy, and he's basically the only survivor besides Ned. He supposedly saved Ned's life from Arthur Dayne. In the show, he explicitly stabs Arthur in the back of the neck.
And see, now we can utilize this as a bit of a reference. Apparently, this is what Howland looks like in Crusader Kings, but this is how he looked like in the show. So that's pretty interesting. I would love for us to kind of meet in the middle. Like, I'm down to have maybe like a thicker beard and then like a short haircut, you know, or like a medium length haircut. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. Yeah. So not like a huge Viking beard, because remember, we're also trying to roleplay that we're the more culturally and more technologically advanced version of the Cranogmen who are trying to like be brought up into like nobility through knighthood and shit like that because of how we were defended in the tourney of Harrenhal by the Laughing Knight, or the Knight of the Laughing Tree.
We haven't actually seen him in the main books yet. So yeah, this place is Greywater Watch, his castle, which apparently floats on the water. Sort of, no one knows where it is. It allegedly moves around, which is clearly a reference to How's moving castle. They haven't been born yet, but he has a son and a daughter, Jojen and Mira Reed. They actually travel to Winterfell in the books, and they they befriend Bran, and they all travel beyond the wall to meet the three-eyed raven. Bran has a crush on Mira, and Jojen is a greenseer, and may be paced. It's a long story. As well as ruling over the Duchy of the Neck, the Reeds rule over the counties of Boromose, Cypress Bottom, Dewlock, Slunas, and of course Greywater Watch itself. The county of Cray is ruled by House Cray. 3 green serpents on brown, beware the hiss. And the county of the Mire is ruled by House Quag. Both of these houses are canon.
Brother. That's crazy. There's no way. George, you fucking genius, man. That's crazy. So the lordship of the Mire is held by House Quag. Quag of the Mire. Jesus fucking Christ.
They are. We don't know anything about them except that they are Cranogman houses. Moving on to the Duchy of Silverreed, which isn't actually a duchy, and it doesn't have a duke, but it can be given to House Reed. So House Reed rule the counties of Cherwell and Cranbrook. The Duchy of Drenchmire is ruled by House Boggs. Again, Cranogmen from the neck. They are of course not to be confused with House Boggs of the Crownlands. The county of Fenwell is ruled by House Fen. We came by canoe. Again, a Cranogman house. And I mentioned Lonal Snow earlier, the mod made him the founder of the Greystarks. His mother was a Fen, Wyler Fen. And the county of Seastrands is ruled by House Greengood, which is just another canon Cranogman house. The Duchy of Fever, not a duchy, but can be granted to House Blackmire. So the Rees rule over the counties of Fever and Shallow Seek. The county of Greycan is ruled by House Blackmire, soaring above. And the county of Peatlands is ruled by House Peat. There we go. Not much to say. Again, they're all Cranogman houses mentioned in the books. We don't know much about them, but they are canon. And if you're wondering what this tiny bit of land is, it's none other than Moat Cailin, or as George R. R. Martin says, Moat Calan. Yeah, this is just a tiny little duchy ruled directly by the Starks. Moving on to the duchy.
Okay. So that's pretty interesting. Again, I guess there's not a whole lot of information to be had from the neck, I suppose. That's not disappointing by any means. However, I will say it doesn't give us a whole lot to go off of by means of like references for our sigil. But who's the chap calling us weird bog people? You're funny. We demand lower taxes and more bananas. Yeah. But anyway, not a whole lot of references for us to go off of. I think the obvious would be like green background, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the green or the orange on the green, if that's something we would want to have, around. I think it's not bad. I don't know about the deer, however. If we're doing like a Marsh Kings kind of thing, we would definitely need a crown in here. And I think having an orange crown would be pretty interesting, only because because obviously the marshes are not a very rich place. So imagine we have a crown somewhere in our symbolism as we declare ourselves like the new king of the marshes. That'd be pretty interesting. A swamp nymph or an alligator that is disguised as a log waiting for prey. That's pretty cool. A screaming swamp nymph. That's actually a pretty interesting concept. The question is, how can I imitate that through this? It wouldn't be too hard. It would just take time, which is absolutely something I can do. Medusa. Ooh. That's also a good one. I like the ideas, but I think y'all heavily overestimate my ability to create stuff in this, if I'm being honest. Let me see something. Maybe we can find some references. So let's see Medusa Banner Lord. There we go. See, look at that. That's not bad. That's actually pretty interesting. Okay, so we can definitely go like play off of this, right? Please tell me they have the code in here. They do. Fucking amazing. Because we can definitely borrow this. Yeah. And fix it up a little bit, I think. Just because I don't want her to look super monster-esque. You know what I'm saying? I like... We can get rid of that. Cool. Like, it's definitely not bad. Don't get me wrong. Not by any means. Nice. Nice. Okay. So now we have Medusa's head is orange. Make the background green, and then we can go through and change these as well. It's not too bad. We had high hopes and you delivered. Don't sell yourself short. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I think she looks pretty good, all things considered. But again, I kind of want to make her less monster-esque. I feel like our version of Medusa isn't like just a monster per se, you know? So I'm thinking like maybe we can make the eyes a little bit shorter. Or a little bit smaller, I mean. Oh my. Alright, hold on. Let me get the dimensions down, right? So the whole eye itself is at negative 78 and 14. So maybe make it just a little bit smaller. Negative 78 and 14. Yeah. It's 121 and 103. There you go. $78 and 14. It's not terrible. Yeah, not bad. I have this idea to like give her eyelids, you know, to kind of like we'll probably close her mouth up so she's not like a snarling witch. She's more of like an enchanting witch. I want to make her more elegant, you know, and give her maybe a more femme fatale. Thank you, Rai. Yes, perfect. Yeah, 100% more femme fatale for sure, and less like deranged monster. Okay. I'm not mad at that. I don't know how the hell they made these lips, you know? Okay. I see how they made the lips. It's actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. They kind of. Oh shit! That's not what I wanted. Yep, I deleted something. That was an accident. I kind of wanted to delete like the bottom teeth. That way, it's less like snarl. And then if we closed her mouth, right, we can make it. Almost like an elegant femme fatale kind of thing, you know? The issue is, however, how would we achieve this? I would need this to like be flattened. I would need this to transform into a regular line. To symbolize like the part in the lips. raise that up a little bit because bottom lips are bigger than upper lips. Then we would need these to go down. Now, one thing that I really enjoyed that they did, we're actually going to add one more of these, was the break in the lips, in the upper lip. Yeah, very nice. All right, we can make that line just a little bit thinner. Not bad. She's looking really good, actually. Seaweed or some type of wave shape should work for the hair. The queen calls once more, lads. Hello, my love. Hi. So you're getting off at 4:30? I can make that happen. I will start wrapping it up. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not worried about it. Oh, you do? Why? Oh, yeah. So she has to pick up her sister so she can leave work early to pick up her sister. Okay. Okay, baby. Well, I'll see you in a little bit then, okay? Yeah. Why? Are you hungry? You want lunch? Okay, we could go get. I get you. Well, I mean, I ordered us pizza too, so we have that here for us. I mean, we could no. We could still go get something to eat. I'm just saying, we also have food at home, you know. You want Texas Roadhouse? I can make that happen. Okay, baby. Yeah, sure. Do you want me to bring you something nice to wear? Because I am wearing my nice shirt that your sister got me. I was kind of like taking care of myself today, you know? Okay, I can make that happen. Yeah, cute little pigtails with your bandana. Oh, cutesy. Okay, baby. Yeah, 40 minutes. All right, I'll see you soon. Okay, love you. Bye. I'll see you soon. Yeah, I'm a simp for that woman. Fuck yeah, dog. Reed, was wondering the poll about the bastard wolf. How is it going to change from West Stark to Red Stark? I'm glad you asked because after that poll, I immediately recorded the episode. So Sunday's episode is already ready. I just have not made it public yet, or members only even. So Sunday's episode is going to roll around, and the introduction has that role play for us. It's going to have a conversation uh, between John and his firstborn son, Griff. They're gonna have like a little conversation, and obviously, like father, I was born in the Westerlands, and we were raised in the Westerlands, and I know about Westerland knights and the Westerland culture. We've visited Casterly Rock, and we've talked with the Lord Imp of the Westerlands, and blah blah blah. And so the young kid has an understanding of the difference of culture, but when we get to what's it called, to White Harbor and shit like that, and now we're the lords of White Harbor, he has that conversation with his dad, and he's like, father, I've been out and amongst the people, and they say interesting things about us, like they recognize our name as West Stark, but they call us Red Stark. They say when we sailed up the White Knife, we blocked out the whole river, the whole bay, and turned it into a bloody red fang. And it's a decent conversation. And John's like, I understand. I see, like, we should accept this this gracious name, or this gracious support of our people, and not forsake them, or whatever the case may be. And the role play is there, trust me. I think it's really really cool. And it still really fits well with the theme of like John's kind of identity crisis. He doesn't really know who he is, but then this conversation with his son really kind of solidifies it. He's like, father, like, I know they call me the Dragon of West Stark, but I would gladly change my name to Red Stark just so I can share my last name with you, my mighty father, my dad, you know. And that kind of drives it home for Jon. He's like, the name of Jon Snow was a lost child who had no place. The name of Jon West Stark was a man who was trying to make a name for himself, but the name Jon Red Stark will solidify my true purpose, and that's to be there for my family, to support a legacy for my family that they can continue on despite my passing. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a really interesting roleplay conversation, kind of like how Tyrion and Jon had in episode 2 or episode 3. But yeah, it's going to be really, really cool. I hope y'all enjoy it. Speaking of enjoying, actually, there's this before the Legacy of the Bastard Wolf. I was originally going to do a Legacy of the Bastard Stag, so a House Baratheon Bastard Stag playthrough. And I had already made plans for it. I had already like done video recordings and everything. And then I pieced something together for you guys. I actually have a couple of these. So you've already seen these episodes. This is the one that's going to drop Sunday. But these two are more like roleplay introductions that y'all have not seen yet. So if you want to, these playthroughs haven't really done anything or haven't really gone anywhere. So if you want to, we're gonna show these off actually.
Life in the shadow of Harrenhal was as rough and callous as the people that lived there. But my father was a stonemason. Life in the shadow of Harrenhal was as rough and callous as the people that lived there. But my father was a stonemason, son of a stonemason. He found comfort in hard work and diligence, and often aided in the reparations and construction of our gloomy village, even taking jobs to aid House Strong in minor structural repairs in Harrenhal. The effort was for naught, however. When peasant rebels rose up against their overlords, their armies crashed against the walls of Harrenhal, flattening the village. House Strong answered force with force, and put the peasant rabble to the sword, killing anyone caught in the chaos, whether they were part of the rebel force or not. Soldiers slaughtered us like animals, remorseless and vile. When the dust settled, I was the only survivor, standing alone in the shadow of the Black Tower, among the rotting corpses of my people. There within the darkness and death, I vowed to raise myself from the rot and mud, to grow taller than the towers of Harrenhal, higher than the dragons dare to roam. I will threaten the very sun, shroud the dusk and deny the dawn. I will serve the stranger and deliver death and darkness upon an unjust and unforgiving world. The shadow of the Black Tower has become my home, and I will be its warden. The light will fall, and my dark order will rise.
That was cool. I love making like these cinematic introductions and shit. So this was a playthrough that I had planned, inspired by Sir Mordred of the Knights of the Round Table. And he was supposed to originally be like our first official evil bandit playthrough, but that I didn't really go anywhere with it. I tried recording multiple times, and there was some technical issue that got in the way. So I had like 3 episodes kind of recorded, but when I went back and I edited them and then I rewatched them, like my heart really wasn't in it. Like there was nothing wrong with the playthrough itself, but there was just something wrong with the build and like the mods that caused these technical issues that made it less fun trying to like navigate through these tech issues. And so when I went through and I was watching it, I was like, you can just hear me not having fun doing this. So I deleted those videos. I never really uploaded them. They didn't really go anywhere. But I kept the introduction around in case we decided we wanted to try it again. So that's there. And even if we don't end up playing this one, I would love to just upload it at some point so that everybody can see it. But this is the one that I was really excited for.
For thousands of years, the Black Stag has For thousands of years, the Black Stag has commanded respect and fear from the lords of Westeros. From Durandans to Baratheons, the name of the Storm Lords and Andor kings of old are held in reverence across the realm. But nothing tarnishes a name more. Nothing destroys a legacy faster than a bastard sire of your own bloodline. And yet, there I was. Dane Storm, a bastard of House Baratheon. My uncle, the Lord Paramount Steffan Baratheon, cast me aside, forcing my father, his own brother, to serve as his knight to remove the stain he left on the family name. I was taken in by the Coles of Highscar, who took pity on me. And from then on, my uncle, my cousins, and even my own father, the whole of the realm, forgot I existed. But that was their mistake. I grew and trained into a powerful warrior, knighted at 16 for fighting alongside the Dondarrions and Coles against bandit raids from Dorne. For my deeds, the Coles named me the Bastard Bull. For the blood of the stag may run through my veins, but I was a raging bull on the field of battle. Hearing of my exploits, my cowardly uncle sent sellswords to imprison me, calling me a fugitive of the Stormlands. But a raging bull could ill be contained by any cage. I demanded a trial by combat, hoping the vile wretch would face me himself. But Steffan Baratheon had other plans for this trial. He sent his own brother, my father, to face me down in single combat. If I wanted to win my freedom, I would have to slay my father. And so I did. But not before he took my eye in the duel. It was clear by my uncle's expression, as well as the sound of the guard drawing steel, that my victory was circumstance, that I was not going to be permitted to leave, nor to live. As I fled Storm's End, I turned to face my uncle. You believe me a stain on your family's name, but there is no greater disgrace than the shit stain of a man named Steffan Baratheon. Save for the cousins whom I love, I pray to the old gods and the new, that your name rots in the deepest of the seven hells, and your dynasty turns to ash. Mark my words, uncle. You may try to bury me, but the world will know my name.
That one was pretty cool. I was excited for that one. So the concept was that being a bastard of House Baratheon, you know, the Baratheons, they're obviously known for their strength. Robert Baratheon is really, really strong. The Storm Lords, the Durandans of the Age of Heroes and shit like that. Like, they were obviously really strong people, like physically strong, martially strong, and they're as like rowdy and raging as the storms that constantly plague their lands. But then comes this bastard of House Baratheon who's just exceptionally rowdy, you know, like he's got a talent for violence, you know what I'm saying? And he you know, he gets exiled by the Lord Paramount, who is Steffan Baratheon, but we were born of Steffan's brother, older brother. So we're slightly older than Robert at this point. But for a time, we were kind of raised in the same household, so we grew to love our cousins. We love Robert and Stannis and baby Renly at this time. But then obviously Steffan Baratheon is like, I don't want you anywhere near my kids. Get the fuck out. And so he exiles us from Storm's End. And so we're taken in by the Coles of Highscar, House Cole. And they raise us and they, you know, train us and whatever, and we become knighted at the age of 16 for fighting alongside the Coles and the Dondarrions against Dornishmen who come in raiding from the Bone Way. And so we're knighted at 16 and we're making a name for ourselves. And so in the lands of High Scar and the Dondarians and shit, they name us the Bastard Bull. They nickname us the Bastard Bull because while we lack the elegance and nobility of the blood of the stag, we're still an antlered or a horned creature that's just rowdier and more violent and stronger and tougher than most. And so they named us the Bastard Bull. And I went with that concept, and then I started playing a little bit, and then I actually got exiled, and he captured me. He threw my ass in prison, and so I demanded a trial by combat, and the game genuinely sent my father to come and fight me in this trial by combat, and at the end of it, he lost his eye, and my father was slain by myself. So it's a really interesting start to the story. We're starting off as a teenager, and we're kind of kicking ass, you know what I'm saying? And it's pretty interesting. And he was gonna go off and become like a great conqueror, but obviously we did it first with Jon Snow, which was unintentional. But I thought it was really, really cool. So I definitely had a lot of fun making those cinematics and shit like that. And I hope one day. Nice. Sorry, the wife is texting me. I hope one day we can absolutely do that. The goal is to try and make our Bastard Wolf playthrough last as long as the Bastard Lion. So if we stay on schedule and start uploading every Sunday now going forward, we should end around the beginning of April, which means by the end of April into May, early May, for the summer storms, we can start our Bastard of the Stormlands, our Bastard Bull playthrough, and showcase him. So I don't know if you saw it, actually. I want to bring this back up, but the file name is called Torrent, Taurynt. So that's the surname that we're gonna adopt once he starts his bastard house. Torrent, because like a torrent of wind, or like a storm, you know, a gale of storm, a torrent, Toorent. But then Torrent, like Taur, as in like a Taurus, which is Latin for bull. So he's like the storm bull, essentially. I just mixed it together, added a Y to make it more Westerosi, and it's House Torrent, you know? So I thought it was really cool. But it's very interesting. I'm very excited for it. And the sigil is really badass. I am a huge fan of how it turned out. Actually, I think I have that saved as well. Yeah, here we go. Or it's this one. So I had different ideas for it, but this is the one that I settled upon, I think. I was like, is it going to open anytime soon? Yeah. So I like the white bull with like the golden eyes and the golden horns, and then you've got like the storm cloud, representative of like a storm cloud up here, and then the lightning bolt of the Dundarians, which is really, really cool. I love the whole storm bull aesthetic. I think it's really badass, and like having the sterling white skin. If you have not seen it yet, you might not understand what it is I'm about to show you. But there's this trending musical that I'm really into called Epic. It's Epic the Musical. It's like a musical retelling of the of Homer's The Odyssey. So King Odysseus, the king of Ithaca. It starts off, you know, around the area of like the Trojan horse, and then it ends obviously when he makes it home. But there's this one song. Now all of this musical is being made on TikTok, and it's being released in sagas on what's it called? Fucking Spotify. Now the whole thing is done. They finally finished it. They just wrapped it up around New Year's time. So the thing is over. They're not making any more, but they're still like continuing with the project or whatever, right? Really, really cool. Very well done. The music is fucking addicting, to say the least. But because there's only music of it and there's not like any visuals, a lot of YouTubers and content creators have gone into animating the different songs. Now one of these songs is called Thunderbringer, where Zeus comes down to avenge a wrong done by Odysseus and his clan. Now the animators are fucking fantastic. One of my favorite renditions of this, like, look at this version of Zeus here with like the golden eyes, like, it's beautiful. And then you've got this guy who's he draws his hair to look like these massive storm clouds, like it's fucking beautiful. But this is the version that I'm really in love with, that inspired the golden bull idea. So without playing the song, so homie Zeus comes down and he's like, so you know, y'all fucked up and y'all are starting some shit with the gods and the gods are not having it. So I need y'all to like remember your place. So here's the thing, King of Ithaca. I'm going to give you a choice. For your crimes, you can die, or I can kill what's left of your crew. And so he comes down and he starts like shitting on them. And then he turns himself into this giant fucking bull. He's literally Zeus in bull form, you know, and that's kind of what inspired the whole sigil, which is what inspired the whole playthrough. Like the symbolism is there, guys, and you can't tell me like it doesn't look so badass. Like the white skinned bull with the golden eyes, the storm raging in the background, it's so badass. The symbolism is kick ass, dude. But anyway, sorry for going off on another tangent, but I do think I'm gonna wrap this up here. I might be back later today to continue doing this, and then maybe some mod work so we can actually get into a playthrough. Stephen Fry's Mythos, I'm halfway through it and it's brilliant reading. Nice. I've heard of it, but I definitely have not seen it yet. Folklore, a mythological bull who has the power of lightning or thunder. That's what I was thinking too. I was trying to look into it, but I haven't really seen anything. Yeah. But anyway. I think one of the next goals for this right here is to give her a crown. Even if we decide not to give her like this one, right? Even though this actually might fit really fucking well, if I'm being honest. It's not bad. It actually looks kind of badass. Yeah, inverse crown is what I was thinking, right? I was thinking either this or we can just like make a symbolic kind of like crown or tiara, like using something like this, right? That way it also breaks up the space on the forehead so she doesn't look like she's got just a massive fucking forehead. You know what I'm saying? No, this one would do better if we did it like this. Yeah, there we go. So if we took away the stroke on it and just made it solid green, it would actually fit really fucking well right there. That's not bad. This kind of like tiara, it looks like a unibrow. Shit, you're right. What if we gave her eyebrows then? If we gave her eyebrows, would it look better? I wonder. Like we can give her some decently shaped eyebrows for sure, I think. If we gave her eyebrows, I think that might work. Question is, I need something that's pretty shapely that's gonna help us out here. Shit. Do another one on top of it. That's what I was thinking too, honestly. Oh, whoops. That's not what I wanted. Oof. I mean, the tiara idea is not bad. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not against this idea here. Maybe if we just moved it up some more, we could have more room to like give her some really decent eyebrows, you know? So if we get the placement down on them, it should be fine, right? So like the placement's not terrible on them. I think she looks really femme fatale. I kind of like it. I'm definitely thinking we still have to like really tighten up this, gap in the lip. Yeah, to make it look like her lips are closed. I like it so far. I think it looks really, really good. Do the half curved one for the eyebrows. What do you mean half curved? Like this one? The issue is it's too angular. I was gonna use it to just kind of add more shape, you know. But then that's also what I was worried about. I was worried that the eyebrow was gonna like cut off other parts of it. It doesn't look bad though, even like this. You know what I'm saying? So like, imagine we fucking did it again. But now I feel like her eyebrows are too thick. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the crescent shape one. Okay, hold on. My only issue with the crescent shapes is that they're not like they're way too curved. You know? Oh, God. Ugh. Yeah. See, they're way too circular. I think. I mean, there's definitely potential here. Like, we just have to find like the right shape to portray what it is that we're trying to look for. And remember, we can like stretch and angle this shit as well. So I'm thinking like, imagine we did like a diamond shape, right? Let's actually duplicate this, make it a diamond, angle this bitch, and like make it super thin, right? Because then we can kind of back it out a little bit, and it's gonna give her like that eyebrow shape. It's not terrible. It's almost giving what it is I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? So now I wonder, what if we just replaced this altogether with just a straight up, oh shit, I just fucking dragged her eyebrow across her face. I don't know what it is I'm looking like. I like this. You like the stretched diamond? Yeah. I like that a lot better too. So I feel like we almost gotta squish it some more. Actually, I'm just gonna mess around with this one for now. Squish it some more, stretch it just a little bit, and then we actually have to drag it back just a tad bit. And then I'm thinking, if we angle it down, yeah, that seems like more of a femme fatale kind of eyebrow cut. You know what I'm saying? Like, she looks like she's staring daggers into your fucking face. Look at that. Okay, what a fucking badass, dude. That's actually pretty cool. All right, so let's drag this down again, just a little bit more, right? So it actually rests over the brow. And then we can widen it some more, so it lines up with like the side of the head. That looks fucking brilliant. That literally looks so good so far. This one is from the swamp or bog. She's gonna be quirky. I like that. Yeah, the eyebrows are, and still she looks really like elegant and like cleaned up. Yeah, it's definitely not bad. I'm gonna mess around with it just a tad bit more. just because I see something I wanna try out, right? So I'm thinking, add one of these bad boys. Don't have stroke on, which is good. Disgusting. Hold on. There we go. I want to lower her eyelid a little bit. I'm glad we have the rounded look that we need for her eyelid, for sure. However, I want her eyes to look just a little bit lower. Not like bored, but almost like piercing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's kind of sexy. Yas, queen. Brother, come on. Like the low cut eyebrows and like the low like upper lids with like the thin stern lips with the overbite, the snake overbite. She looks so fucking menacing, and the green on orange pops so brilliantly. The death glare is so real. Absolutely. Ah, that's fucking beautiful. Y'all are geniuses. This is great. It looks great so far, and there's still plenty of potential. The thing is, with Game of Thrones sigils, they're not too complicated. You know, like the Starks, one of the most popular fucking pop culture factions right now, or noble houses right now, is literally just a gray wolf on white. You know, so I don't want to add too much to it. I'm probably not gonna give her a body, but I am down to add some more symbolism. You know, definitely. Yeah, lower lidded is seductive. Yes, it is. So femme fatale, absolutely. That's the thing is though, it's the low lids, almost like enticing you in, but it's the stern eyebrows and then the tight like stern lips, you know. That's giving like the death glare, you know. And I love it. It's almost enticing you in, but also like be warned, you know, watch your step. And I feel like that's almost perfect symbolism of what the bog is. They know what's north of the bog, and that's, well, I mean, not shit. Nobody really wants to claim the north, you know, unless you're a northerner. But still, like, to get to the north, you gotta come through the bog. You gotta come my way, you know. Let me entice you in just to fucking, you know, get your ass. I feel like that's awesome. Y'all did a great job with this so far. But I am gonna leave this live stream here so that I can go grab my wife and grab some dinner. I might be back. If y'all are down, come back in a couple hours and we can continue this, because I love the way she looks. What about using the crown from before, but around swords or weapons of the opponents they defeated, buried in the swamp or bog? Yeah, the alligator heads would look silly, I think, but the snake still kind of adds to that aesthetic of being the swamp, you know, or being the bog at least. Yeah, I like it so far. The shape is looking really nice. It's very, very nice indeed. All right, y'all, I am going to leave this video off here, or this live stream. I do appreciate you all being here, and again, here's to 2025. We're gonna kick some absolute ass, and add spears later on, absolutely. But yeah, we will absolutely be back to do more of this, because y'all did a great job. This is such a creative masterpiece, I think. And I don't know, I just love you guys. Thank you guys for being the best goddamn audience on the platform, that's for sure. So until next time, I will see you all